Welcome into York Institute in Jamestown, Tennessee, the site of the high school basketball game of the week. And it's a non-district doubleheader on tap between visiting Cookeville and hosting York. I'm Noah McCown, the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined by my friend Jacob Vincent. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles. And you're watching it on the UCR YouTube channel and Facebook page as we sit just moments away from tip-off in a huge girls matchup. We welcome you into the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show, and it is a collision. Two of the top teams in the state of Tennessee set to duke it out in a rematch as the visiting Cookeville Lady Cavaliers take on the hosting York Dragonettes. And Jacob, this matchup has been so fun for recent years, has a little more juice to it tonight. They faced each other back in November, a convincing victory for the Lady Cavaliers, but the equation has changed tonight. It's Cookeville's last matchup with a York team led by Reese Beatty. Of course, Reese back in the lineup in game number 6. She's been dominant. York hopes she's the difference as they try to even the season series.
Yeah, these two teams, both of them are very different this second time around. You go back to that first matchup, Carolee Gilbert, Macy Hudson, Allie Gillis dominating all three of them in double figures. Macy Hudson leading the way with 16 points in that contest. And obviously no Reese Beatty as well. York Institute really struggled to score against the Cookeville defense. This time around, you said it, the equation changes. With Reese Beatty back, this York team is playing much better offensively. They were scoring 52 points per game without her on the floor, and they still went, 14-5 before she got back. She is back. They're 5-0, and they're scoring 74 points per game with her back in the lineup. They've already brought their season average up to 56.5 points per contest. The offense is running so much faster. Obviously, when you throw a Division I point guard in there, it's going to make it run a little bit better. Cookeville also has Callie Reeder and Lily McCarter back into the lineup. They did not have those two players the first time around. We'll see which additions can maybe make a little bit more of a factor.
It's a very intriguing matchup tonight. Cookeville looking to get it back rolling, dropping 2 of their last 3 contests. York red hot, looking for a signature victory to start a very daunting week, a schedule that features tonight, tomorrow night against Monterey, then Thursday with Smith County, and Saturday against undefeated 4A squad Coffee County. Every game at home for York, but it starts tonight with a matchup with the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, who are looking to bounce back as they try to hunt a top 2 seed in their district tournament. We'll have all the action for you, leading off with the starting lineups when we come back. This is the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is your one-stop shop for home, auto, commercial, and life insurance. You could be missing out on saving money by bundling your insurance coverage with Erie Insurance through Live Oak. Their insurance experts can manage all your policies in one place while also always being there to answer your questions and make sure you have all the coverage you need to fit your life and your budget. And if you own a business, Live Oak can help protect your business, your workers, and your peace of mind with commercial insurance. Visit liveoaktn.com or call 931-367-LIVE for more information today.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects,
I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Discover the stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Thanks again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You know, you always make us feel so comfortable in our home. You're like family.
Yeah, or a friend.
Or family.
Or friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend. Okay, well, thank you for your business, sir, and I hope you have a nice day.
This month, everybody's a friend or family. Save up to 25% on a home services repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back. Moments away from tip-off here in Jamestown, the site of an absolute barn-burner matchup in high school girls basketball in the Upper Cumberland. It's the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers taking on the York Dragonettes. I'm Noel McKay, joined by Jacob Vinson. Have to be along with you this evening. And let's get to the starting lineups. First for the visiting Cookeville Lady Cavaliers under head coach Jamie Gillis with a record of 17 victories and 5 losses. They are 6-2 in their district. Starting for the Lady Cavaliers, number 1, Kara Lee Gilbert. Number 3, Allie Gillis. Number 4, Macy Hudson. Number 5, Tanaya Dirksen. And number 30, Charlie Roby. Their opponent tonight, the York Dragonettes, with a record of 19 victories and 5 losses. They are an undefeated 6-0 in their 2A district under head coach Michael Green. Starting for the Dragonettes, the best player in the state of Tennessee. Number 1, Reese Beatty. Number 0, Emma Pyle. Number 35, Rayleigh Warner. Number 25, Emma Cooper. And number 2, Callie Franklin. The Cookeville Lady Cavaliers are the number 10 ranked team in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association 4A poll. They're the number 4 ranked team in the ladies' Upper Cumberland top 5. The York Dragonettes, the number 3 ranked team in the state of Tennessee in that same Tennessee Sports Writers Association poll. The number 2 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. Jacob, there's always excitement in the air when these two programs get together. 2 of the perennial powers in the past decade or so in Upper Cumberland basketball. Figures to be a really good one here tonight.
Yeah, the last couple of years when they've gotten together, they've been able to split the season series. Last year, they were able to win on their home floors. Last year here in this gym, it came down to the final seconds of the game. Kara Lee Gilbert had a shot late, didn't go. York was able to knock down some free throws to finish it off. And then in Cookeville earlier this year, obviously no Reese Beatty. Cookeville's defense was the biggest factor in that game. And now this time around, Reese Beatty is back. She is playing well. York is playing their best basketball of the season. And the Cavaliers have lost 2 out of the last 3. They're really looking to get back into the win column after losing 2 of those final 3 games.
And that's the first time in several years that Cookeville has lost 2 of their last 3. An assistant for Iowa State's in the building. They're getting a look at their incoming point guard, Reese Beatty. Cookeville on the road in the navy jerseys and shorts, red numbers and letters outlined in white trim. York, the home, white jerseys and shorts, purple numbers and letters with gold trim. Let's get it on in Jamestown as the Dragonettes possess the opening tip and will go to work. Cookeville starts in a man-to-man defense as Emma Cooper has it right wing side. Flashing inside for a right-hand lay. That's easy for Callie Franklin, and it's 2-0 Dragonettes, who promptly go into the full-court press. Charlie Roby trying to get past Reese Beatty, can't do it. It's a turnover, and quickly it'll go back to York. The big 3 for York. Reese Beatty, Rayleigh Warner, and Emma Cooper already making their presence felt.
Yeah, and obviously all 3 of those have a ton of experience playing together on this floor against the Lady Cavaliers. And a good start for them.
And there's Reese just muscling inside. Shot won't go. Allie Gillis with the board. Quick outlet feed looking for Gilbert. Dangerous, and it's a turnover. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Lady Cavaliers, and York gets it back 33 seconds into the game.
And obviously Goose has seen the York Institute Dragonettes a few more times than we have this season, and he was saying with Reese back, they're playing with much more pace, and we've already seen that defensively with the full court pressure. We've seen him take it to the basket a couple of times as well and really try to impose their will inside.
A 2 for Callie Franklin. All our points so far as Reese Beatty methodically brings it across the timeline, averaging just a tick under 30 a game in her 5 games back. As Emma Pyle has it. Pyle, a 3-point specialist, skip pass across, finds Franklin again. Franklin into the defense, back to Pyle. Speaking of her 3-point shooting, that one popped out. Allie Gillis with the board. Now Charlie Roby looking to push it. Roby with a ton of tempo ahead. Fires it across the lane to Dirksen. Slams the brakes, finds a wide open Allie Gillis. Her 3 won't go, but Charlie Roby there for the rebound. A ferocious pace early on in this girls' basketball game.
Well, both these teams, they want to get out and run. They both have a lot of speed, and the Lady Cavaliers trying to do the same thing, just couldn't get it going in the transition, so they're able to settle into the half court.
Carolee Gilbert has it right wing side, flip pass. I don't know if it was intended for her, but Charlie Roby has it. Roby off the dribble, kicks to Dirksen. Shot fake for her. Now a kick and a foul for a hold. We're going to get Emma Cooper with her first.
And that's where the Lady Cavaliers may have a little bit of an advantage. Emma Cooper is a very good post defender, but not necessarily out on the perimeter. And so Tanaya Dirksen able to use that to her advantage, her athleticism and her speed, and get past her on that first initial dribble.
And they actually called that on Emma Pyle, also in the area. First foul of the game is Allie Gillis tied up with Reese Beatty. That'll be a fun matchup tonight. Charlie Roby from way downtown. Good. That's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 for Charlie Roby, and the Lady Cavs are on the board.
And it's something she's really added into her game here in the second half of the season and made it a point of emphasis trying to shoot the basketball more because she does have a good shot.
Emma Cooper with a size advantage, but Allie Gillis, active hand, swipes it out of play. It stays with the Dragonettes. 6:06 to go. It's 3-2. Lady Cavs.
And Allie Gillis so many times this season, when you drive on her, you got to be careful because she has a lot of blocks this season. Even though she does play in that guard position, she can go up with the best of them and some of the taller ones in the area.
Callie Franklin has it here, running the point on this possession. Now fires inside to Cooper. The set play, too strong. Reese Beatty with the putback, good.
Yeah, that was a heck of a box out by Reese Beatty. Had Charlie Roby on her right hip, able to box her out and catch her with the left hand and go up all in one motion.
There's the speed of the Lady Cavs. Quickly ahead, Dirksen over to Macy Hudson, who's having a career year. Now left side, Charlie Roby. Euros inside, missed it. Rebound, bounces. Dirksen saves it right to Reese Beatty. 2-on-1 for the Dragonettes. Beatty quickly ahead to Franklin. Little hezzy, maybe a travel. Regardless, it's a miss, out of play, and back to Cookeville. Live on the Facebook page and YouTube channel, we welcome you in wherever you're watching. Comment along with us, hit that thumbs up button, let us know you're here, and tell us who you're cheering for. As Charlie Roby quickly fires ahead to Tanaya Dirksen, breaking the press with relative ease after a couple of early turnovers. Now, Reese Beatty pokes that one from Roby. She gets it back, a tie-up, able to find it to Dirksen, and Coach Gillis nearly at half court calling for the timeout, and she will get it. A Swallows Insurance timeout on the floor, and 4-3 Dragonettes, and as we expected, both teams like to go fast, but they're so good on defense that once the defenses get established, it's tough sledding.
Yeah, neither team has really gotten into the half court yet. We've seen Cookeville get into it one time, and Charlie Roby was able to knock down a triple out of it. They really want to get the offense going in the transition. We've seen it a couple of times from the Dragonettes. We've also seen them run the set play that got an open look inside, just were unable to knock it down. But Reese Beatty has already made her presence known early on. The assist to Callie Franklin to start the game, and then a great rebound on an offensive board and a putback for her first bucket.
Yeah, the strength of Reese Beatty really on display, getting inside with the rebounds, but Cookeville doing a great job. This is a battle-tested Lady Cavs squad, but they've been hitting the mouth here this past week, dropping 2 of their last 3. And now a pass intended for Roby. She's able to possess, then blocked by Beatty. Now Allie Gillis shoulders it up. No. Pyle with the rebound. Neither team overly big. Emma Cooper, the biggest girl on the floor. Callie Reeder off the bench in that post roll for Cookeville, but it's a lot of guards trying to get rebounds in this one.
Yeah, and Reeder's gone to the scores table for the first time tonight.
Now Beatty, little hezzy as she's falling to the floor. Can't get it to fall. And quickly ahead, looking to strike. Macy Hudson throws up the shot. Couldn't get it. Rebounded by Emma Pyle.
It's a really good job by Rayleigh Warner to get back and contest that shot and make it a little bit difficult for Macy Hudson.
Now Franklin hands off to Emma Cooper as York tries to set up in the half court. Michael Green, full suit and tie as always over on that Dragonette sideline, gives the play. Callie Franklin closely guarded by Carolee Gilbert. Now left side pass goes Rayleigh Warner. Warner having a really nice season. leading this team in Reese Beatty's absence. Now a great robin to the Batman that is number 1 here in Jamestown. Beatty, right side for Pyle. Now popping off a screen is Warner. She's going to line up the deep tray. On the way, no good. Rebound down, grabbed by Carolee Gilbert. Now here's Carolee pushing it ahead. Runs right past Pyle. Jump stop, pull up, no. Rebound tipped around, and Emma Pyle has got a bunch of rebounds in this first quarter. Now Reese Beatty running the point in her natural position. Little head fake. She's so dominant with the basketball in her hands. Kicks back. Pyle from the logo. Good. Emma Pyle splashes home the first Dragonettes 3 of the quarter.
And that's one player that has taken a big step forward this year as well. Has turned in one of their primary scores, especially with the absence of Reese Beatty, and has gotten much better. Was already a really good shooter, just shooting it at a better clip this year.
Cookeville's only offense right now, a deep 3 by the young lady with the basketball, Charlie Roby. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. York leads 7-3 in front of a really good home crowd. Gilbert sends back to Allie Gillis. Had a great game against Lebanon, fouled out with 25 points. As Gilbert has it. A tough loss for the Lady Cavs. Now Gilbert starts to drive, now flips it back to Gillis. Gillis working on Beatty, lost it for a moment, able to repossess. Back to Charlie Roby here as we go under 3 to play in the opening frame. Roby crossing over on Warner. Kick out, deep 3 for Gilbert. That one's no good. Pyle with another rebound. And now Emma Pyle tries to slow it down, and Allie Gillis face guarding Reese Beatty 94 feet.
Now, Cookeville's getting good looks. They just haven't been able to hit anything yet.
Pyle thought about it from way downtown. Just hit one this time. Picks up her dribble, needs some help. Hudson steps out to her. Now she finds Franklin. Left side for Beatty. Cooper and Dirksen battling in the low block as Beatty overhand flips to Pyle. Now to the corner for Warner. Rayleigh Warner inside, flips to Cooper. Probably should have just shot it. Instead, Cooper pivots, throws it up, good for 2.
That ends up being a bucket for Emma Cooper, but like you said, Rayleigh Warner looked like she had an open look.
Roby kicks to an open Carolee Gilbert. Her 3, nothing but nylon, splashing home the Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. The trays keeping Cookeville in it.
Yeah, that's a big shot right there for Carolee Gilbert, the best 3-point shooter on the team for the Lady Cavaliers, their second leading scorer as well. That might be the shot to kind of get her going in this basketball game.
A long time without a stoppage. Remember when he said Callie Reeder was at the table? She's still there.
Yep.
Now Warner flips to Beatty. That is silky smooth offense for the Dragonettes.
Yeah, they took a timeout with 5:10 to play here in the first quarter, and there's now 1:35 to play in the first quarter.
Macy Hudson across the timeline here with York leading by 5. Hudson goes to drive, throws up the shot, a lot of contact, and Emma Pyle is going to have a first quarter double-double at this rate, another rebound.
And that's something the Lady Cavaliers have dealt with here on the road this season. Not necessarily just early on, but there was a little bit of contact there that probably could have been called.
Hey, we got a very experienced crew here tonight. They know how good these two teams are. They're going to let them play in this ball game, which is what everybody wants as long as it's on both ends, which we expect. As Beatty flips to Cooper. Reese Beatty with a silky smooth pass. Shot won't go. A chance for Cookeville. Ahead for Charlie Roby with speed. Sends it across to Gilbert. Weaves through the defense, over her shoulder, a great finish for Carolee Gilbert.
And that's where a lot of Carolee Gilbert's points have come this season, in the paint, inside. Even though she's one of the shorter players on the floor, she can really finish at the basket.
See if York holds for the final look here. 3-point lead for the Dragonettes, 38 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Beatty left side Franklin, into the corner Pyle. They're not holding that time. Her 3's too strong. Rebound down. Grabbed by Roby. A chance to get within 1 or tie for Cookeville. Here's Charlie Roby. Euros through. Shot up. Good and 1. Charlie Roby with the finish. Cookeville's on a run. And Charlie Roby can tie the game at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Heck of a take there by Charlie Roby. Didn't want to hold it for that final shot. Had the open lane in front of her. Able to draw the contact and get the foul. And an opportunity to tie it up with 22 seconds to play. And now, Callie Reeder gets to come in at 5 minutes of game time later.
Foul goes on Callie Franklin. It's her first. Roby connects. 6 points in the first for her, 5 for Carolee Gilbert. And we are tied up at 11. I mentioned York did not hold on that last possession. Probably bites them a little bit. With 22 seconds, see if they do here.
And Callie Reeder, Kendall McLeod each check in for the first time for the Lady Cavaliers, so they're getting into the bench early on.
Right side Pyle. That one telegraphed the whole way. Carolee Gilbert picks it off. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Gilbert into the front court. Across for McLeod. No good. Rebound down. Saved in. Gilbert. Corner 3. No. Grab down by York, and that brings us to the end of a very entertaining opening quarter in Jamestown. After one, it's Cookeville 11, York 11. This is high school basketball presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor. Opening possession here of the second quarter. Callie Reeder with it for Cookeville. Tries to get inside, nothing doing. And it'll go the other way to York. Emily Doss there disrupting it as Addie McElhaney gives to Reese Beatty. I'm Noah McKay, that's Jacob Vincent, all tied up at 11. Back and forth first quarter. You'd expect nothing less when these two teams meet on the floor. Reese Beatty with 4 points, bounces it over right side. Now a skip pass to McElhaney. Back for Beatty. Thinking about it, she lines up the deep one. That one's no good. Rebound down. Charlie Roby with a physical board. Now an outlet to Allie Gillis. Gillis goes up over Beatty. Can't finish. Rebound down. And they'll bring it up the other way. Zoe Gibson with the board. Here's Reese Beatty. Beatty into the low block. Turnaround. Fade away. Good. Making it look easy. The Iowa State signee.
That's her shot right there. That's a tough shot as well, but she's able to make it look easy, like you said, because she's done it so many times. Really, really difficult to guard when she's able to get deep in the paint.
Allie Gillis steps back here. It was 6 points for Charlie Roby, 5 for Carolee Gilbert. All the scoring for Cookeville comes from the two guards. That shot blocked from behind by Gibson as McLeod tried to get inside. Here comes Beatty ahead. York got an early lead, wasn't able to stretch it. Cookeville pulled him back in the final minute. Rayleigh Warner still looking to get it rolling here. Sends to McElhaney left side. The transfer from Baxter. Addie McElhaney got away with a travel potentially. We play on. Warner back to McElhaney. Now Warner again out of the corner. Back for Reese Beatty. Charlie Roby stretching out in his own defense. Now a flip pass and a fastball, and it's intercepted by Allie Gillis.
I kind of wondered if Cookeville would switch to the zone defense. They played it the first time these two teams met. Obviously, that was without Reese, so that changes it a little bit, but it's worked well early.
Now Reeder posting up inside, steps through and is fouled. Zoe Gibson came in and grabbed her on the arm, and Callie Reeder to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
And that's a really good move from Callie Reeder as well. Just get that a little bit of separation, get the defender up in the air just enough, and then able to draw the contact. She struggled a little bit at the line the last few games, and obviously not getting those starter minutes that she got at Pickett County before transferring in. Able to knock down the first one there, and it looked pretty good.
Makes the first at the line. Yeah, trying to find her footing here, looking for that breakout. Of course, a very big jump from 1A basketball up to 4A basketball, especially in that district with teams like Stewart's Creek and Lebanon, as the second one pops out. But a very gifted player, Callie Reeder, the senior. York basketball, they have a 1-point lead on their home floor. Could be a race to about 40 points tonight.
It's normally how these games go, and they've got their full complement of players on each side.
Inside, flashing in for Beatty. Now a skip pass to an open Rayleigh Warner. Her three is no good. Rebound, fought for. Goes out of play. Who touched it? It'll stay with York. Say it was last touched by Hudson as Emma Pyle back in for York.
And I tell you what, Callie Reeder did a great job just to keep Reese Beatty from getting that basketball because Reese is really crashing the offensive glass right now, trying to get those second chance opportunities.
Emma Cooper with it outside as it's back to the starters for Coach Michael Green. Now into Warner. Now Warner slicing through. Outlet pass to an open Callie Franklin. Her three, no good. York ice cold from three-point land. Only one so far for him despite some good looks. A chance for the Lady Cavs. Dirksen barrels inside. Her shot too strong. And guess who got another rebound? Emma Pyle.
She's been really, really good on the defensive side of the glass, getting into it almost every single time.
And in this matchup, she's one of the biggest girls on the floor. Not that case every night. Warner open, thought about it as Cookeville's in this, maybe boxing one a little bit as they kick out to Warner. It's an interesting look. Pyle in the corner. She lines up the deep three. That's no good. Rebound tip, and another missed tray leads to a chance for the Lady Cavs. Here comes Roby with a ton of speed. Roby, little hezzy, and the junior guard has it swiped away by another junior, Rayleigh Warner. There goes Rayleigh into the half court. Flips back for Beatty. Beatty. Mid-range pull-up jumper, that's her spot, doesn't fall. York can't buy a bucket, neither can Cookeville. We're in a stalemate right now.
Yeah, it almost seems like both teams are still kind of trying to feel each other out early on in this first half. They know that this is a really big contest, and especially for the Lady Cavaliers. Again, I mentioned it, losers out of 2 of their last 3. They're trying to get back into the win column. For York, it's a big week for them, not only non-district play, but district games as well.
Yeah, they've really steamrolled their way through the district, have the Dragonettes, and that'll be a foul as Warner caught the arm of Allie Gillis. That gets a girl from the home fans, but we had a good view on it. Definitely did catch the elbow.
Yeah, it was a good take by Gillis as well to kind of create some of that and put her in a bad spot.
There is one team in this 2A district with York, and it's the Smith County Lady Owls. They'll face them coming up on Thursday night on this floor as the inbounds pass intended for Roby couldn't get her as it was a tie-up. And possession should go to York, and it will go to York. But for York, the non-district schedule was just audacious, especially without Reese Beatty, and now they get some rematches. This Cookeville game, they beat Gatlinburg Pittman their last time out in non-district action, and then they get Coffee County, which if they beat Coffee County, my goodness, that's maybe the 4A runner-up right now behind Bradley Central. As Warner gives to Cooper. Emma Cooper spins all the way around, is wide open, missed a 3, and guess who wrestled the rebound? Reese Beatty spins inside and finishes off the glass.
I mean, that was pretty good defense. It's just a better move, and a big reason why she's going to play at the next level, at the highest level.
Yeah, one of the highest rated recruits ever out of the Upper Cumberland. Reese Beatty with an explosive move inside. Back to a 3-point game and an offensive foul for a moving screen away from the basketball. And they're going to get Tara Lee Gilbert for her first. That's the first foul of the game called against Cookeville. They're letting them play tonight.
Trying to set that back screen to get an open look on the wing side and just held them a little too much.
Lily McCarter to the table for Cookeville, about to get in as Reese Beatty brings it up. Still a one-score game, 15-12. Beatty fires it for Callie Franklin. Franklin flips it into Cooper. A big collision, and Macy Hudson steals it away. Hudson surveys, able to find the outlet in Allie Gillis. Gillis with a head of steam, accelerates into Pyle, throws it up, no. Good defense there by Emma Pyle. Poked free by Allie Gillis. Now she's fouled. Doesn't quite finish, but Allie Gillis will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And tonight, the officials are not rewarding just driving in and creating contact. You're going to have to finish.
Yeah, you have to earn those fouls, and that's exactly what Allie Gillis did. After missing that first try, she's able to rip it away and get it on the second attempt. And apologies, forgot to put the scoreboard up. I was so focused on the clock that I didn't even turn the scoreboard on.
The clock
the clock was great. You just couldn't see it.
That was the second on Emma Pyle. Could be a big one. Allie Gillis lights out at the free throw line. 2 for 2, back to a 1-point game.
Yeah, and you mentioned the second on Emma Pyle. They're going to leave her out there because she's been rebounding the basketball so well on that defensive side of the ball and obviously knocked down a 3 already.
Yeah, when she came out, they started to struggle rebounding. Now she has it on the other end. Looking for her second 3 ball. Won't go. And how about the box out by Tanaya Dirksen for the rebound?
And we've seen some really physical rebounds, and they're all clean rebounds. Good box outs on both sides.
Charlie Roby bounces back to Macy Hudson. Over to McCarter. Now step back jumper. Charlie Roby gives Cookeville the lead with her 2.
Been really impressed with Charlie Roby this season, kind of stepping into her own, especially on the offensive side. Obviously, she's their point guard, but she's starting to add to her scoring output a lot more here in the second half of the season.
Reeder and Gibson to the table for their respective squads. Rayleigh Warner flips it over for Cooper. Now Warner into the corner, wide open. Emma Pyle looking to get it rolling, and she does. Pyle with her second 3-pointer of the first half.
I think that's her favorite spot. Either corner, she's able to knock them in.
And now a bump all the way down the floor as Cooper was trying to stay with the speedy Charlie Roby, and Emma Cooper picks up her first personal, making her second personal foul.
So now both Pyle and Warner with 2 fouls, and they've got 4 here in the second quarter. So the next one would send the Lady Cavaliers to the line for with still 2 minutes remaining here in the quarter.
A 2-point York lead. We have gone back and forth throughout this quarter. It has been, as we expected, a dogfight so far. Now Gillis working off a Reader screen. Little pick and roll, and it's way off the mark. Possession back the other way to the Dragonettes, and that sends Kendall McLeod back to the table.
And it was good thought, just over the head of Callie Reader trying to roll to the basket. It was too far out in front.
1:45 to go in the second. 18-16 York. We have a boys game coming up next. York all of a sudden won a couple of games. The Dragons trying to build a little momentum. They could be the 3 seed in their district tournament. Cookeville trying to not be the 3 seed in their district tournament.
It's probably, you look at the probability, that's most likely where they end up.
Now Warner fires a pass, tipped by Callie Reader, and Cookeville gets it right back. Dirksen with it, now in a little bit of trouble. Able to spin it over to Roby, running out of time. Yeah, Charlie Roby got to turn up the speed. We'll get into the half court. Roby flips it for Dirksen from the baseline back to Reader. Swings it to Roby, sees the lane, takes it, missed everything. Clanked it off the backboard, rebound down.
And I wonder if that's the Reese Beatty effect right there. She saw Reese sliding over from the baseline.
Speaking of, Beatty with a fastball to Franklin. Now another turnover as they try to outlet it back. Some sloppy basketball right now. Tania Dirksen across the timeline. 50 seconds to go. And now here's Lily McCarter. Gives to Charlie Roby. Just hot potato with the basketball for both these two teams.
Yeah, this is get it into your point guard's hands and then set the offense and go. And now you see the Lady Cavaliers going to run a lot of this clock down, 34 seconds and counting. They're going to try to take this final shot, see if they can't take the lead or tie it going to halftime.
McCarter flips over to McLeod.
No Allie Gillis on the floor, no Carolee Gilbert on the floor either. So who takes this final shot? I'm going to go with Charlie Roby. Give the basketball in her hands, going to the basket.
There's subs for both teams. They're not going to get in. 15 seconds, and McLeod will wait. What a half this one has been. Back to Roby. Roby trying to back down the defender. Spins into a trap. Now McLeod over to Reader. Back to McLeod. 4 seconds. Charlie Roby, 2. Step back 3 would count. Missed it, and that will do it at the end of a back-and-forth first half. It's York 18, Cookeville 16. We'll be back with the Happy Heller halftime show. You're watching the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, it's York 18, Cookeville 16. The high school basketball game of the week. Very interesting first half when we look at the scoring. First for York, 8 for Reese Beatty, 6 for Emma Pyle, and 2 apiece for Emma Cooper and Callie Franklin. For Cookeville, it's 8 for Charlie Roby, 5 for Carol Lee Gilbert, 2 for Allie Gillis, and 1 for Callie Reeder. Not a whole lot of scoring, Jacob, as you would expect. These two very good defensive teams settling in. But we've also seen our fair mix of unconventional turnovers for both these two squads.
Yeah, both defenses are usually going to force you into those turnovers, but I think we have seen maybe a little bit more than both teams are used to getting sped up on both sides of the ball, and that goes for York and for Cookeville. And really maybe York a few more turnovers than they normally have in that first half. But again, Cookeville's got one of the best defenses in the area, them Upperman, and then you can throw York in that mix as well. All three very good defenses. I've been really, really impressed with Charlie Roby, kind of keeping Cookeville afloat right now. They're down by 2 points, and it really didn't feel like they played that bad. They played some pretty good basketball. York missed a lot of shots. Cookeville missed a lot of shots in that first half. But this is kind of the score, like you said, that you normally expect when these two get together. It was 51-33 the first time around, which was a lower scoring game. That was, Cookeville didn't hit a ton of shots. They were just able to hit more than York was. York couldn't get any shots going really in that ball game, and that was because of the Cookeville defense. This time around, coupled with some of the turnovers, it's been a very physical ball game, but it's been fair. It's not like it hasn't been you're tackling each other or what have you. They're calling fouls when they need to. I think it's been a pretty good officiated ball game, and I know for Lady Cavalier fans, they're very thankful to see that after the last few ball games that they have had in district play. Coming up here in the second half, which team can really settle into a rhythm and maybe go on a 4-5 point run first? That might be the deciding factor in this second half. Neither team was really able to do so. We saw York jump out to an 11-5 lead early on, and that was really the biggest stretch that we saw. Cookeville got right back into it. They tied it at 11, and it's been back and forth ever since.
Yeah, to your point about the physicality, how about this? In the first half, York as a team called for 6 total fouls. Cookeville 1.
Yeah.
They've let them play tonight with these two elite teams going at it. This is tonight, one game, standalone. That is not the case tomorrow. We have a busy night across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network tomorrow night. Headline, White County hosting Upperman in a doubleheader in 7 AAA. Jacob will be in Cookeville as the Lady Cavaliers and Cavaliers host Smyrna. That boys game, very interesting and very important for the Cavaliers. How about in single A action, Pickett County against Gordonsville? That boys game gets a little more interesting. The Tigers.
Big one for Gordonsville.
Absolutely. The boys welcome in Jay Foster back in the last couple of games. One of the best players in the area returns for Coach Greg Bibb, trying to do what they did last year, get hot at the right time. And another one in 7 AAA from Hogeye Country as Livingston welcomes in DeKalb County. 4 games to choose from, 8 total because it's doubleheaders tomorrow night. We're going to have a busy evening, a lot of hoops. Last week of the regular season is here. Not just that, Wednesday night, It's the UCR Basketball Show. Myself and Jacob will talk about this game, those games tomorrow. We'll unveil the UC Top 5, which is very much in flux at the moment, depending on this game. Other games tomorrow night
games.
as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get our first inkling of district tournament brackets coming up on Wednesday as well. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter for you. It's a 2-point game in Jamestown. This has been the Happy Heller Halftime Show. You're watching all the action on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is your one-stop shop for home, auto, commercial, and life insurance. You could be missing out on saving money by bundling your insurance coverage with Erie Insurance through Live Oak. Their insurance experts can manage all your policies in one place while also always being there to answer your questions and make sure you have all the coverage you need to fit your life and your budget. And if you own a business, Live Oak can help protect your business, your workers, and your peace of mind with commercial insurance. Visit liveoaktn.com or call 931-367-LIVE for more information today.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back. Our second half action is presented by our friends at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles. It's York and Cookeville. Dragonettes lead by 2. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Benson. Thanks for spending your Monday night here with us. Dragonettes basketball as we get back to it. Callie Franklin sends to Emma Pyle. Pyle back to Franklin. Reese Beatty on the low block right now. Skip pass across to Warner. Now into Cooper.
Cookeville out in that 2-3 zone. You mentioned almost like a matchup zone in that first half. Now in just the straight-up 2-3, and we'll see how they guard Reese Beatty out of it.
Cooper from the baseline. Works through traffic, skips it out to a wide-open Emma Pyle. Looking for her third. Nothing but nylon. 3 triples for Emma Pyle tonight.
She's been really, really big in hitting timely shots. That's a big one to open up the second half because it builds a 5-point advantage. I mentioned who can go on that 4-5-point run to open up the half and really build yourself a lead.
Charlie Roby with it right side. Gillis off a screen. A deep 3. No good. Missed everything. And it'll go back to the Dragonettes. Not the start Cookeville wanted out of the timeout. And right now, Reese Beatty has 8 points, but it really has not been the Reese Beatty show for York. Emma Pyle's been getting it done, and we've seen some other players starting to step up.
It's really been Emma Pyle so far, both defensively, rebounding the basketball. Here she is again.
Wide open again for 3. Emma Pyle's unconscious. Her 4th 3 of the game, and it's the largest lead of the game for the Dragonettes.
Yeah, and Reese Beatty set that screen to get her open on the wing. They're going to have to change up how they're defending Emma Pyle now after hitting 4 threes already in the contest.
Well, that's the weakness of a 2-3 zone. If you can get a good pass, you can get a 3 as Gilbert lost it, and it goes back the other way to Cookeville. To York, and that prompts a full timeout by Jamie Gillis. We will take it with them and be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
A fast start to the third quarter for the York Dragonettes. 2 Emma Pyle threes gives them a 24-16 lead, and it's gut check time for a Lady Cavaliers team that's dropped 2 of their last 3. They got to be really careful right here.
Yeah, it's York basketball as well. It starts with getting a stop. You got to find out where number 0 is, but you also can't forget where number 1 is out there on the floor. But it's been number 0 right now, hurting the Lady Cavaliers defensively. Been able to shoot it over the top of that zone. We'll see if they change up that defensive assignment here this time.
And there was a period where she missed 3 open threes in a row in the second quarter. Cooper has it. Cooper working off a couple of screens. The big showing off the handles. Now Franklin has a lane, drives inside, and it's an easy 2 for Callie Franklin, and it's an 8-0 Dragonettes run. Quickly ahead, here comes Cookeville with Charlie Roby. They need a bucket in the worst way here on the road. York has been great in second half since Reese Beatty's return. Left side, Tanaya Dirksen. Her 3 is no good. Long rebound saved in, but it went right to Rayleigh Warner. Now York pushing it with a little bit of tempo. Warner sends to Pyle. A deep 3 for Emma. Pyle is good.
My goodness. She can't miss right now. She's not even touching the rim.
5 threes for Emma Pyle, and it's another timeout by Jamie Gillis. Her second in the past minute. This a 32nd timeout as York has come out and thrown a haymaker and an uppercut to open up this third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this was a 2-point game at halftime. Cookeville still has not scored, and now they're down by 13, an 11-0 run to open up the second half. All led by Emma Pyle. Obviously, it was Callie Franklin after a defensive breakdown for the Lady Cavaliers. And Emma Pyle's already hit a few threes to open up this second frame. Right now, the Cavaliers can't get a stop.
And Cookeville's in the zone, but that's not their identity. They've played more zone this year, but they're a man-to-man team. They're struggling a little bit now on the defensive end, and York is capitalizing over and over and over again. Inbound time for Cookeville. Still time for the Lady Cavs, but they got to turn the tide in a hurry or they're in big trouble.
Yeah, I need a good offensive half, or a good half-court offense right here, and that'll help.
Callie Franklin going to be called for her second. She couldn't believe she got called for a foul. The facial expression right there on top of it was something to behold, but it stays with Cookeville. That's the first foul of the quarter. Here's Roby. Sends left side to McLeod. Her and Callie Reeder are into the game now for Cookeville. Right side, Charlie Roby into Reeder. Little inside out. Somehow Allie Gillis found it. Gillis barrels in, block, and a foul will be called, much to the chagrin of the York faithful. See where they get this on. Cooper was there and Pyle was there. It looked like Cooper was pretty straight up, but they're going to get Emma Pyle for her 3rd, and that is a huge call there, the 3rd on Pyle, who has been killing Cookeville tonight.
Well, she stayed in there with the 2 fouls in the first half, played pretty well. Coach Green normally will leave his players out there for a little bit, but that's huge for the Lady Cavaliers. Get that clock stopped, get some points on the board, send one of your best free throw shooters to the line and able to connect on both of them.
2 for 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Allie Gillis. See if that settles Cookeville down or if it's all a moot point. Emma Powell is about to rein in another tray. An 11-point lead for York. We've opened it up a little bit. Now with speed, there goes Rayleigh Warner to the baseline. Warner steps out and is fouled. Got grabbed on the arm there by Allie Gillis. And it will go on her. That's just her first, just the second foul of the game caught against the Lady Cavs.
Yeah, they can be a little bit more aggressive, and they're going to have to be. They got to get up into these offensive players for York right now, not let them get open cuts, fight through those screens, because they're getting open looks.
Gillis gets a breather as Lily McCarter checks back in. Little flip pass for Rayleigh Warner. Again, not a whole lot of Reese Beatty. They haven't needed it as Warner spins it back out to Cooper. Emma Cooper's 3 is no good. Long rebound, grabbed by Lily McCarter. Now here's Kendall McLeod with tempo. McLeod able to maintain possession back to McCarter. There's Charlie Roby. Had a big first half for Cookeville. Trying to cut it back to single digits. Little step back for Roby. Now bounces back out to McLeod. 4:39 to go in the third quarter. And Dirksen wide open. Triggers the 3. Nearly banked it in. Instead, it goes back to York.
I was just going to say all 3 leading scorers for the Lady Cavaliers are on the bench right now. Now Macy Hudson, their 3rd leading scorer, will head to the scores table.
Rayleigh Warner drives inside, skies up, and finishes with the friendly roll. First points tonight for Rayleigh Warner, and now out of bounds. It'll stay with Cookeville.
It looked like Rayleigh Warner or Callie Franklin got into the back of Kendall McLeod as they tried to inbound that one a little bit. Kendall McLeod hit the deck. The Cavalier fans wanting a foul.
I did not see it. I
wasn't looking at it, just kind of saw the aftermath.
I was writing the 2 points down, so my apologies. 13-point lead again for York, tying their largest of the night. By the way, Goose is here tonight. Coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. He's the best in the world at it as Macy Hudson sends left side to Charlie Roby. Now flip pass in for Reeder. Reeder turns on Pyle, right hand lay, good for Callie Reeder.
That's what she's known for. She's a really good post-up player inside, and she was able to get a defender on her that has 3 fouls and able to take her to work.
Now across the timeline, Rayleigh Warner sends left side for Franklin. Beatty inside is telegraphed, read the whole way, stolen by Reeder, a chance for Cookeville. Here's Roby with speed, Charlie Roby bounces it to McCarter. McCarter finds Allie Gillis off the screen. Now Charlie Roby wants it. Gillis going to repossess instead. Sends right side McCarter. Trying to set up the play. Now firing into Reeder. Goes to work on Cooper. Reeder, left-hand lay. No rebound right there. Macy Hudson takes out the trash.
That's what she does. She averages 3.5 of those a ball game, and it's probably actually gone up a little more in these last few ball games. She's been really, really good at it. And this is exactly the run the Lady Cavaliers needed. Still down by 9, but able to make a little bit of a push.
4 straight for Cookeville after trailing by 13. Now here's Reese Beatty, one-on-one. Beatty thinking, sends to a wide-open Callie Franklin, and that is the Reese Beatty effect. Callie Franklin splashes home the tray.
And that's really how you have to guard her. I mean, you have to send that help defense. It's going to leave some other players open, but that's what makes York so good. That supporting cast is really solid.
Now Macy Hudson from long range, no deep rebound, saved in, but right out of bounds. Back to York, and a little bit of frustration on some of the faces of the Lady Cavs. We have a unique angle when we're here at York, right above the benches. 2:38 to go in the third, a 12-point game. York basketball, Cookeville trying to press a little bit. That is very tough to do against number 1. Beatty looking over a double team. Football pass ahead, intercepted by Callie Reeder. The press works for Cookeville. Now here's Allie Gillis. No look feed over to Charlie Roby. Out of the corner, Roby poked, gets it back. Now bounces it to Hudson. Roby from way downtown. Good. Charlie Roby with a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3.
I'll tell you what, she's playing one of her best games of the season right now. That is a huge shot for the Lady Cavaliers. Looking to add another stop. Defensively, they've been really solid after that last timeout.
Now Beatty through a double team. Kicks out. 3 ball on the way. Good. York answers right back, and now Callie Franklin has hit 2 straight triples.
That's the other problem. York can't miss in the second half.
Now on the other end, Allie Gillis for the answer. No. Rebound. Everybody's boxing out. We have a foul for a hold, and it's going to be on Cookeville. Callie Franklin got dumped, and the foul goes on Lily McCarter. It'll be her first, the team's second. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. It's a 12-point lead, and the Cookeville fans don't like it, but that's the right call, and it'll go the other way.
Well, now you get Carolee Gilbert back in there for the Lady Cavaliers, so you go back down by 11, looking for another big stop. And right now, the full court pressure has at least worked a little bit. It's created a couple of turnovers. They've been able to get back in the defensive transition.
There it is again, nearly tipped, and now Gillis on the ground, able to steal it away. Ahead for Roby. The trap works. Now Reeder inside for an easy 2.
And now Callie Reeder making her presence known.
And Cookeville trying to speed up the Dragonettes a little bit. You can feel it. Now in some trouble, Warner. We're going to have a timeout called by Michael Green with a 1:20 to go in the third. The desperation level ticking up for Cookeville, knowing they're in a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, and it's been a great job by the Lady Cavaliers.
And it is a full timeout on the floor, so we will take it with them with 1:20 to go in the third. Be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Discover the stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a time out to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerofputnam.org. York Institute with a 10-point lead over Cookeville. It's been a huge third quarter for them, and they're trying to settle down against the press. Emma Cooper brings it up, sends it over to Zoe Gibson. Gibson flips it to Reese Beatty. 65 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Beatty working around a double team. Behind the back dribble. Flips back to Cooper. And now Beatty has it again. They're doubling her everywhere. Little tie up. and Gilbert's trying to get one. We play on. Beatty, and it will be a foul. It's going to go on Carolee Gilbert. Yeah, and that's one. Carolee's trying really hard to get the call. We got a great angle on it. Cooper was not tying her up. And now they're going to change where it's being inbounded from, where that foul went. You can't blame a girl for trying, but, yep, that's going to be the second on Carolee. As Beatty's going to inbound, goes to Warner. By the way, that's what smart basketball players do. As Warner brings it around, drives past Reeder, throws it up. Good defense there. Tipped down Callie Reeder with the board and a foul. Rayleigh Warner going to pick up the personal. That is her third. So Pyle with 3, Warner with 3, and that's what Cookeville needs in this game as they're down by 10.
Yeah, that's really big for York right now. It's going to send Callie Franklin back in, but it's going to bring Gibson out. No, she's going to stay in. So Rayleigh Warner will come out. Emma Pyle not out there right now as Emily Doss is in there as well. So you take out a three-point shooter, you take out another really good guard and defensive player. Lady Cavaliers got to take advantage here in the final 33 seconds.
I'll remind you, the clock on the screen is not official. Jacob's running it. In the boys' game, I'll be running it, and it'll be really not official. As Carolee Gilbert has it. It's not synced up to the gym clock. As Hudson surveys, now finds Roby. Flip pass in. It's designed for a Reeder. Turns on Cooper, no good. Solid defense. Now we got a tie-up and a jump. The arrow belongs to the visitors. It'll be Cookeville basketball.
Callie Reeder's been really big in this second half so far. I mentioned Charlie Roby's playing one of her best games. Callie Reeder's getting an extended run because she's playing really well.
She's going to inbound it from the baseline here from that R and the Dragons across that baseline. Roby back in again to Reeder. Reeder muscles inside, can't finish, but the foul is called. Emma Cooper going to pick up her first personal. It'll be the team's fourth, and Callie Reeder to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
And that's a really good job by the guards of Cookeville, realizing that Callie Reeder's playing really well inside right now on Emma Cooper, able to draw a foul on her. Just the first on Emma Cooper, which is good for the Dragonettes. Just can't hit the free throw.
Now 1 for 3 on the day. Reeder, as Warner checks back in for the final offensive play. Tania Dirkson's going to check in for Callie Reeder if she makes it. Crowd making some noise as the next one's on its way. That one through. 11 seconds on the nose here for York with a 9-point advantage. Cookeville going to try and turn them over. Beatty with it. Beatty tries to split and a foul. It's going to be the fourth team foul. 4 seconds went off the clock. And this one goes on Tania Dirksen. That's her first. Team's fourth. Inbound, or checking in, I should say, is Emily Doss. In for Rayleigh Warner here. Cooper gets it into Beatty. Now she's going to speed ahead. Beatty through a couple of defenders. Beatty muscles off and a charge. Lowered the shoulder into Gilbert. 2.5 seconds left for a heave for the Lady Cavaliers as they try to crack into the deficit a little bit further.
This is going to be a really fun fourth quarter.
It really is. It is intense in here. Don't tell anybody in this gym that it's a non-district game. It feels like a playoff game in this gym right now. Gillis got a football pass looking for Reeder, and Cooper tipped it away. Went right to Franklin, and that will do it. At the end of a strong third quarter from the home team, but Cookeville's in it. After 3, it's York 37, Cookeville 28. You're watching high school basketball presented by 931 Sports Cars and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Thanks again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You know, you always make us feel so comfortable in our home. You're like family.
Yeah, or a friend.
Or family.
Or friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend. Okay, well, thank you for your business, sir, and I hope you have a nice day.
This month, everybody's a friend or family. Save up to 25% on a home services repair.
Call the Happy Face truck today.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
One quarter to go in Jamestown. York riding a big third quarter. They now lead 37-28 with the basketball. I'm Noah McKay, that's Jacob Vincent. Happy to be with you this evening as Rayleigh Warner drives inside. Now spins it looking for Beatty. It'll be stolen away by Tania Dirksen. Now it's a foot race as Dirksen forced to slow down. She bounces back to Gilbert. Carolee Gilbert starts to drive, now works around the world. 35 seconds in the quarter, number 4. That bounce pass intended for Reeder, tipped out. Reeder last touched it. They're trying to get it into Callie Reeder. Had some success there, but now Emma Cooper using her long arms to disrupt some of the passes.
You know, if it weren't for all those made triples in that third quarter, Cookeville's probably got a lead in this ball game. They actually played really well in that third quarter, but just the flurry of points to begin the quarter really got them ahead.
And now blocked. Beatty sent it over to Cooper, blocked from behind by Allie Gillis, so it stays with York at a 9-point game.
She's really, really good at those recovery blocks and the help side defense and blocking without fouling up top. Been doing it all season.
Now Beatty working off a screen. Reese Beatty barrels into Reeder, keeps her foot down, left hand lay, good. She's the best player in the state. 10 points for Reese Beatty tonight. 39-28. Back to Carolee Gilbert. Sends back to Gillis, now works it to Dirksen. Flip pass in, looking for Reeder, able to catch it with one hand. Now behind the back, nothing doing. Rebound tipped, Allie Gillis wins the race inside. Now she skips it back out. Again flipping into Reeder. Turnaround shot for Callie Reeder, good for 2. Mentioned these two teams are not very big. Callie Reeder is inside. Now driving as Franklin puts it up. Callie Franklin, how about her play? 12 points in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, she's been huge. Emma Pyle's been huge.
Now Warner blocked from behind as she blocked Charlie Roby's shot. Macy Hudson checking in for Carolee Gilbert here, a minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
It's been those supporting cast players that we don't talk a ton about for York that have been massive in this ball game.
Callie Reeder with it off the inbound, sends to Dirksen, now Gillis. Left side of Roby. They're 14-5 against a good schedule as Roby's 3 misses everything back the other way. Now they've won 5 in a row and have scored 20 more points per game with Reese Beatty in the lineup. That helps them a lot, but they were very good before Reese got back. Now Warner is fouled.
Yeah, and that just makes this team that much better when you do throw the best player in the state in there. They've already got the confidence to win without her. Now you really have the confidence to win with her.
Allie Gillis just picked up her second personal. They're trying to turn over the Dragonettes. Now Warner across the timeline. There's the trap. Warner in some trouble. Tried to throw it off of Gillis. Did not do it. And possession back the other way. Good trap there by the Lady Cavaliers.
Yeah, really good defense. Let her get across half court. Warner wasn't able to get out of it right away. Good defense by the Lady Cavaliers. They're doing what they need to do. They just got to get some shots to go.
Every time they get a bucket, you see York answer with a clutch bucket of their own. Stick around postgame. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. It's up for grabs right now. Kendall McLeod has it, sends back to Macy Hudson. They are fighting inside. Cooper and Reeder. Reeder has it, the basketball now. Puts it on the deck, steps through, left hand, no. Got her own rebound. Callie Reeder's put back, won't go again. Rebound down, this time Gillis has it. Out of bounds, her foot was on the line, and possession will go back the other way to York with 5:50 to go in the ball game. These two teams
are fighting.
They are fighting. This is really a fun basketball game to watch between two really good teams. Here's Rayleigh Warner across the timeline here. The trap arrives. She's bumped in the back. And Macy Hudson going to pick up her first personal. It'll be the team's second.
Yeah, you said it that last possession. Every time Cookeville hits a good shot, York comes down and hits a big shot to keep their lead ahead. And that's kind of how it's been for the Lady Cavaliers in their losses these last couple of games against Stewart's Creek and Lebanon. They've made a run to get back into the game both times in those games, and every single time those two teams make another shot just like that by Reese Beatty.
Reese Beatty off the dribble, mid-range pull-up, tying their largest lead of the night. That is just incredible by Reese Beatty. Off the dribble to make it look easy. 5:13 to go. It's a 43-30 ball game. Now Reeder finds Hudson. Her three ball on the way. Good. Macy Hudson for the Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. Cookeville needed it. They're back within single digits, nearly at a 10-point game.
Yeah, and they're going to need some more of those as well, especially if York is going to keep scoring at the clip that they are.
Yeah, if York keeps scoring at the clip they are, they're going to win the basketball game tonight. As Rayleigh Warner drives and kicks over to Callie Franklin. We've seen York in years past in this situation slam the brakes. Coach Green's taken a lot of heat for it. So far, they have not done that as Beatty has it, pulls up from the free throw line. Good. That's why they took a lot of heat for it. They did it last year in Cookeville, ended up losing the game. They haven't done it tonight. It's a 12-point Dragonettes lead.
Yeah, went to overtime in Cookeville last year. Isabel Garcia, big bucket late and able to win it in overtime, and you said it.
Feels like York, if they just kept playing, we're going to win. Nobody could stop Reese Beatty. Now another miss, and here comes Reese with numbers if she hurries. Reese Beatty, coast to coast. Beatty spins inside, right-hand shot. No, missed it to the left. Rebound down by Hudson. Now Cookeville with numbers if they go. Roby spins inside, is fouled. Didn't get it to fall, and this is the fourth on Emma Pyle. And 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Charlie Roby coming up now.
So Charlie Roby, a good drive again. And again, you're down by 12. That's what you got to do. You got to force the issue inside. You mentioned it, 4 fouls now on Pyle. It's going to bring Emily Doss in to try to slow it, to try to keep her out on the floor maybe a little bit later.
I'm not sure what the discussion is. Maybe a tie shoe. It was blocked off there. So
Callie Franklin was tying her shoe.
She got her shoe tied. Everybody was smiling. So 4:02 to go. 2 big ones for Roby. She's had a huge night. Really kept her team afloat. Makes the first. And as you mentioned, Doss checking in for York. Dirksen in as Callie Reeder gets a breather. And a 30-second timeout called by Michael Green. Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a time out to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk. They hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerputnam.org. Pinning the free throw, either a 10 or 11-point game. York not slowing down. Reese Beatty in her bag right now.
And you can see it's been an emphasis to get her the ball and just let her go. She's been able to take it inside. If she sees somebody out on the wing, she's going to throw it to him because obviously we've seen Emma Pyle hit some big threes. We've seen Callie Franklin hit some big threes. But if she's got an open look, she's going to take that as well. I mean, she's the best player on the floor. You're going to get her the ball and just let her go to work.
Hasn't dominated the ball a lot tonight, and then all of a sudden that number 4 pops up next to the quarter sign, and she's dominating the basketball. Don't forget tomorrow, 4 games for you. Sparta welcomes in Upperman. Cookeville at home against Smyrna. Pickett County takes on Gordonsville, and Livingston into DeKalb County. 4 doubleheaders to choose from across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. We appreciate our partners at Watson Chevy, and we'll remind you, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
Big 2 minutes here for the Lady Cavaliers. Can you get this free throw? Can you create maybe a couple of turnovers and maybe go on a little bit of a mini run?
First answer is no, and now we have a hold. Emma Cooper going to be called for a hook and hold as Allie Gillis tried to wrestle around her. That's going to be the second on Cooper and gives Cookeville the ball back despite the missed free throw, down 11.
And that was all because of Allie Gillis going for the basketball. She's been doing it all night long, trying to go for the offensive boards. Great job by her fighting for it.
Give and go set play. Gillis can't find a 3, but hustles in, gets the board, put back no, and we have another foul for a push, and it goes on Cookeville. I think they're going to get Tania Dirksen in there. They will. Dirksen picks up her second. It's the team's third, and with 3:54 to go, another empty trip for the Lady Cavs.
And they're tightening up that whistle a little bit here as it does get later in the ball game, and that's going on both sides.
And the intensity has ratcheted up even more as Emma Cooper breaks the press ahead for now. Here comes the trap. Steps through, able to find Rayleigh Warner. She'll drive the lane. Warner, mid-range, pull up, good. Banked it in. And back to a 13-point Dragonettes lead. Here's Tara Lee Gilbert. Drives and flips for Roby. Thought about the 3. Cookeville in trouble on the road now.
I was going to say, they're going to have to start shooting some of those outside looks.
Hudson's shot won't go. Fight for the board out of play, and it'll stay with the Lady Cavs with 3:22 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Cookeville's doing what they need to do. Crashing the offensive glass. They need to start taking the open looks when they have them. Here's one.
Inbound to Hudson. She triggers the 3. No. Rebound down to Rayleigh Warner, and York continuing to move. Gillis there defensively. We have not seen them put on the brakes at all here in the fourth quarter. Now Warner gets to Beatty in the foul. Allie Gillis going to commit her 3rd. Team's 4th. The next one sends the Dragonettes to the strike.
Again, this goes all the way back to the start of the second half. It was a 2-point game, 18-16, and York came out shooting the lights out of the basketball. Emma Pyle was able to put them ahead. And a big reason why they've got the 13-point advantage right now, they've just been able to maintain that 10 to 13-point lead so far this pretty much whole second half.
Warner has it. It has been clinical by Coach Green and his players here in the second half against a good 4A team on their home floor as Warner crosses over, drives inside, right-hand shot, no, off the side of the backboard. She wanted to call, doesn't get it. We play on. Here comes Charlie Roby ahead. Roby with a ton of speed, throws it up wildly and does get the call. And Reese Beatty puts her hands up, says, "What did I do?" She'll be called for her first. Roby back to the line to shoot 2.
So again, a couple of big free throws, but there is not a ton of time left here for the Cavaliers. 2:40 to play. You need both of these, and you need turnovers. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And Cookeville also already has 14 fouls. So the next one on them is going to start sending the Dragonettes to the line. And if it's Reese Beatty going to the line, she's probably knocking them down.
This is the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. First one, no good. Second one is for Charlie Roby. A 12-point game, and now the pressure backs off for now. Then the trap will arrive. Beatty across the timeline. Never mind, trying to get it across the timeline. Now calls for help, gets it. Ahead to Franklin. Now Cooper holds. Cooper spins away from a trap. Muscles off the defender, and a foul will be called. This is going to be 2 free throws for Emma Cooper. Carolee Gilbert picks up her third. Cooper to the line to shoot 2 as they've hit the bonus.
It's not the worst player to send to the line if you're the Lady Cavaliers. You don't want to send Reese Beatty there. You don't want to send Emma Pyle there. She's not out on the floor right now. So Emma Cooper, see if she can hit him.
And the first one's no good. Callie Reeder checking back in the game. Emma Cooper tonight, a relatively quiet night, just 2 points. The next one, through. York's been unable to get it past 13, but a 13-point lead will get it done. 2:20 to go. Here comes Charlie Roby. Roby drives the lane. Nice turnaround shot, but missed it. Hudson's rebound, fouled on the putback. And that one is going to go on Emily Doss, who caught the arm of Hudson and the body. Macy Hudson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Well, that's a big foul, too, because that's now the 4th York foul. So, again, there's only 2:14 to play, but the next foul does send the Lady Cavaliers to the line for the remainder of the contest.
Hudson's first freebie is on the way and is good. How about the year Macy Hudson has had? Really one of the most improved players, and really maybe not even that, had such a bigger opportunity this year, and she has taken it by the horns.
Yeah, and she played this well last year, but you said it, didn't have as many opportunities because Isabel Garcia was the go-to offensively, really good rebounder and defender inside, and now she has been that post player, at least until Callie Reeder got here, and has really taken full advantage, averaging over 10 points a contest, 7 rebounds inside. It has been tremendous for the Lady Cavaliers.
2 for 2 as Pyle finds Beatty. They break the pressure for now. Cooper with it. Back to Emma Pyle. Now into the corner, Warner. An open 3 would be the dagger. Missed everything. The door remains ajar. Dirksen with a rebound. Now here comes Charlie Roby. Roby over to Gilbert. Gilbert, pull-up jumper on the way is good. Carolee Gilbert for 2. A 9-point game with 1:45 to go. Beatty ahead to Warner. Flip pass across to Reese Beatty. Beatty inside. Reese Beatty blocked by Hudson. Stays with the Dragonettes with 1:36 to go. Allie Gillis back to the table and into the game.
If I'm York and Coach Green, you mentioned it earlier, when you get to about 4 minutes, he slowed it down before. I don't know if I don't start slowing this down now up by 9.
Unless you're Reese Beatty, who has the basketball now. I don't think you want anybody taking a shot as Beatty flips back to Cooper. Now Beatty again. 90 seconds to play. At some point, Cookeville's going to have to foul.
Yeah.
And Reese Beatty's about to put on a ball handling exhibition if they don't. Beatty off a screen, drives inside. Reese Beatty, left hand, no. Fight for the rebound, tie up, jump. The arrow belongs to Cookeville. With a 1:13 to go in a 9-point game, a 3 would make this very interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah, huge possession here for the Lady Cavaliers. Can you go quick, and can you get an open look to Carolee Gilbert or Allie Gillis?
Roby ahead. See if she steps into one. Roby going to drive instead. Turnaround shot with the right hand. Good. Charlie Roby finishes. Timeout time for Jamie Gillis. York historically has played a little stall ball. They have not tonight, and now it's a 7-point game with 1:02 to go. A full timeout on the floor to be our final full timeout of the ball game. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Don't forget, stick around post-game. We will have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game with 1:02 to go. Under the timeout by the Lady Cavaliers, it'll be York basketball. They lead 48-41. Possession arrow belongs to York. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul, and will shoot free throws from here on out.
Big bucket by Charlie Roby. You're going to see the full court pressure now for the Lady Cavaliers. They may sag off just a little bit and then try to bring on the trap.
Inbound coming from Pyle. She's able to find Cooper. One dribble. Cooper gets it back to Pyle. Pyle working on Dirksen, and a foul will be called on Tanaya Dirksen. I'm not sure if he was trying to.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Emma Pyle is going to go to the line to shoot two and try to stretch the advantage in. For here on out, if you're York, you're saying, don't turn over the basketball and make your free throws. You get the win and get victory number 6 in a row.
Yeah, this is who you want. Emma Pyle, really good shooter, pretty good free throw shooter as well, with 57 seconds to play.
What a ball game she has had tonight as she hits the first. That's her first non-3 of the game, and she's up to 16 points.
Well, and hadn't played a whole lot since early on in the third quarter because she did pick up some fouls in that third frame and then early on in the fourth.
Yeah, she's playing with 4 right now, back to an 8-point Dragonettes lead. Next one, Cash, 2 for 2 for Emma Pyle, and Charlie Roby knows she's got to go quick. Roby, stutter steps, tries to spin. Lost it. It was blocked by Warner out of play, so it stays with Cookeville. Callie Reeder back to the table, going to check in. Little defense, offense. She checks in for Lily McCarter. 50.6, 5-0 on the clock.
Got to have threes now.
Reeder to inbound. Gets it to Roby. Roby starts to drive. Throws it up with the right hand. Little wild. No. Reeder's put back won't go. But she is fouled, and this is the 5th. Emma Pyle's day is done as she is fouled out of the game. And Callie Reeder to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 as Dirksen and McLeod go back to the table for Jamie Gillis.
What a game. Really physical contest. I got set the timer for.
Yeah, Coach Green going to take his time getting the sub in there. Zoe Gibson will check in.
But yeah, what a game from Emma Pyle. I mean, she's the difference in this game right now. And unless something miraculous happens, very well could be her Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game.
Reeder makes the first. She's now 3 for 5 tonight at the stripe. 44.8 to go. It's an 8-point game. Next one on the way. Good. 2 for 2 for Callie Reeder, who will check out for Tanaya Dirksen. Reeder now with 10 points in the ball game. Maybe her best game as a Lady Cavalier. Cooper had a wide open Callie Franklin deep. Didn't see her, and instead Allie Gillis just picked up her 4th personal foul. And it'll be 2 free throws for Rayleigh Warner at the line. And Allie Gillis will have to be careful. If you're trying to book a comeback attempt, that's somebody you need on the floor if you're Cookeville.
No, I'm looking ahead for both these teams. York, they still have 3 games remaining this week. They play Monterey tomorrow, all of them at home. Monterey tomorrow, Smith County Thursday, Coffee County on Saturday. If they beat Monterey, they get the 1 seed no matter what happens on Thursday. So that's the game that they obviously have to win. And then Smith County would just kind of be the icing on the top. Smith County would be playing for a lot in their own right in that game. And then Coffee County is really just for fun on Saturday.
First one good. Second one good. 2 clutch free throws for Rayleigh Warner. The junior gives York a 9-point advantage. 40 seconds left. Roby crosses over, drives, can't finish. Rebound tipped around. York has it and a foul. Rayleigh Warner going to go back to the line to shoot 2 more, and the Dragonettes are about to get a big get-even victory tonight as Carolee Gilbert has now picked up her 4th foul. And this is going to be a clean win for York. A tight one, but a game in which they will have no doubt earned the victory on their home floor.
I mean, really back and forth with the exception of about those 3-4 minutes to open up the second half. That was the difference in the ball game. And it said it at halftime. Whoever can go on the run and get out to a lead. And they didn't take long. They came out and hit a 3, and then they kept hitting threes. And that was all they needed.
And Rayleigh Warner now 3 for 3 at the line in this 4th quarter.
For the Cavaliers, they'll kind of have their get-right game tomorrow as well against Smyrna. And then they've got a huge one with Stewart's Creek on Friday.
2 for 2 again for Rayleigh Warner. Back to a double-digit Dragonettes victory. Carolee Gilbert across the line, throws it up with the left hand, no. Dirksen tipped the rebound, saved in by Cooper, right to Gilbert, who throws it in with the right hand. Timeout time for Coach Gillis again, but it's a little too late. A full timeout on the floor with 20.8 to go, 54-45. Not enough time left for Cookeville. This has been a really impressive performance by the Dragonettes.
Yeah, it's unless you can pull off some kind of Reggie Miller type play in these final 20 seconds, it's going to be really tough. But you said it. And Reese hasn't had the scoring in tonight's game, but you are seeing what she brings to this team. It was 51-33 the first time around. 18-16 at halftime. So much of the defensive focus goes to her, especially in the second half when it's a close game, that it opens up other opportunities. And Callie Franklin and Emma Pyle both hit massive shots in the second half to put the Dragonettes ahead, and then been able to stay ahead, knocking down free throws and timely shots when the Lady Cavaliers have made their run, because they did make a little bit of a run. Even in that third quarter, they just got out to a big enough lead.
20.8 seconds to go in the ball game. Cooper going to inbound against the full court press. Emma Cooper surveys, and there's Reese Beatty. Beatty flips it back to Cooper. Cooper splits a trap for a moment. Cooper loses handle on it, still loose, tied up, comes away to Cookeville. 10 seconds left for Hudson, throws up the shot, good for Macy Hudson. No timeouts remaining for Cookeville. Cooper has it with a 7-point game, flips it ahead, Hudson steals it. This would count, but it's too little too late. Final score tonight, York 54, Cookeville 49. The Dragonettes even up the season series and knock off a 4A opponent on their home floor. So we welcome into the post-game show. Ends up being a little bit closer than the fourth quarter was, and that is a big win for York as they continue to build momentum, looking every bit the part of one of the favorites in Class 2A as they try to finally get over the hump and win a state championship this year.
And it's now 2 times now that they played a team without Reese, and they've played them the second time with Reese and gotten wins in each of those games. They went on the road, a very long road trip, probably the longest road trip that they'll have this season, going down to Gatlinburg, straight north to south from Jamestown, and able to get the win against the Lady Highlanders on the road. Not an easy place to play, and they lost that game in overtime without Reese earlier this season. They lost to Cookeville on the road 51-33. They come back here and able to defend their home court 54-49. And really a big win for the Dragonettes. And you said it already, the number 3 team in the 2A classification. I think it's now 10 wins in a row as well for the Dragonettes, playing some really, really good basketball. And they still got 3 games to go this week. Monterey tomorrow, Smith County Thursday, and then Coffee County on Saturday. Conversely, for the Lady Cavaliers, they got to get it going. It's now 3 out of their last 4. Now, granted, 3 good teams that they fell to in those games, being Lebanon, Stewart's Creek, and now York. But they get Smyrna tomorrow. That'll be the get-right game. And then they've got a huge one with Stewart's Creek on Friday to try to get into a 1 or a 2 seed.
You're right. The total win streak for York is 10 games. They've won all 6 games in a row with Reese Beatty being back. It is a 10-game winning streak for the Dragonettes, who improved to 20-5 on the season in the victory. As we get to the scoring from the game, first for Cookeville, who falls to 17-6 on the campaign. 15 points tonight for Charlie Roby, 11 for Macy Hudson, 10 for Callie Reeder, 9 for Carolee Gilbert, and 4 for Allie Gillis, for a team total of 49. For the York Dragonettes, it was 17 points on 5 3-pointers and a couple of free throws for Emma Pyle, 14 for Reese Beatty, 12 for Callie Franklin, 8 for Rayleigh Warner, and 3 for Emma Cooper, for a team total of 54. I imagine we're on the same page tonight, Jacob. Who's the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing player of the game?
It's absolutely Emma Cooper. Yeah. She was the difference in the ball game. Sorry, Emma Pyle. Emma Cooper was really good. Emma Pyle was even better, especially in the second half. I mean, she came out, knocked down a 3. Cookeville comes down. They miss a shot. They come out. They went on an 11-0 run to open up the second half, backed up, I think it was 3 threes by Emma Pyle. She was huge, and she's been big all season for this Dragonettes team. With the absence of Reese Beatty and scoring the basketball, she's been a consistent threat from outside and one of the best shooters, really, that are in the Upper Cumberland, and she showed that tonight and then able to hit a couple of free throws. And really, if she doesn't get into the foul trouble, she probably scores a little bit more. And then she also had the rebounds in the first half. And you said it, she was on double-double watch in that first quarter, just how many rebounds she had. And she may have gotten to that double-double. We don't know. Obviously, we don't keep track of the rebounds. But a heck of a ball game from Emma Pyle. Heck of a win for the Dragonettes. And still some really fun games for them to close out the season.
Next up for Cookeville tomorrow, a very much get-right game against Smyrna before a have-to-have-it game against Stewart's Creek on Friday night. For York, they turn around with a game they're heavily favored in tomorrow night, welcoming in Monterey. Then two big ones for the Dragonettes. Thursday against Smith County. Saturday against 4A powerhouse Coffee County. They already knocked off one top 10 4A team. They'll take their crack at another one coming up on Saturday in this gym. That'll do it for the girls' game. We'll be back after about a 10-minute intermission for the boys' game as the Dragons take on the visiting Cookeville Cavaliers to open up the final week of the regular season. Jacob Vinson will take the play-by-play headset and have all the action for you. Final score in our girls' game, York 54, Cookeville 49. Much more to come from Jamestown. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone, to York Institute High School as we get ready for the Cookeville Cavaliers and the York Institute Dragons on the boys' side as part of our high school basketball game of the week, presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance and 931 Sports Cars and Collectibles. We welcome you into the Hooper, Huddleston, and Horner Funeral Home pregame show. The York Dragonettes on the girls' side, big win in game number 1, 54-49. Now the Cavaliers and the Dragons will square off on the boys' side. These two teams having some different seasons right now. For the Cavaliers, 12-11. They're in the hunt for a top 3 seed in their district in 7-4A. That 5-3. On the other side for the Dragons, 2-17 and 2-4 in their district. They're in the running for a 3 seed in their district as well in 5-2A. Let's bring you the starting lineups for both sides. First for the Cookeville Cavaliers under head coach Matt Hill in his first season. It'll be the same starting lineup that they've been going with for the last 4 or 5 ball games. Senior number 3 is Joseph Owens. A freshman number 11 is Bo Maxwell. Senior number 12 is Jaron Davis. Sophomore number 15 is Bryce Herron. And a sophomore number 14 is Walker Redding. For the York Institute Dragons, mentioned it, 2-17 on the year, but those 2 wins have come in the last couple of weeks against Monterey and Watertown in district play. It'll be the freshman number 5, Cohen Gibson. The junior number 10 is Jaron Lockhart. The junior number 20, Brody Choate. A freshman number 41, Jaden Hargis. And a sophomore number 32 is Landon Robbins. First time around, big win for the Cavaliers in this contest, but the Dragons, very, very young team. We talked about it. 12 or 13 freshmen on the roster. Completely new team from a year ago. They're still figuring some things out. And the Cavaliers, they've been getting better and better as this season has gone on. Good opportunity for both squads to kind of show what they have here in the final week of the regular season.
It is, and this is 2 very young basketball teams. York, though, maybe the youngest basketball team I've ever covered in the Upper Cumberland. They're well coached with Coach Pyle. They play hard. They're just learning how to play. They are young pups out there. You know, as the leader of UCR, I was just feeling so giving. I figured I'd give you the better matchup tonight. So that's why you had the play-by-play headset. But regardless, it wasn't a 40-point game the last time these 2 teams got together. In fact, for the first quarter, I was watching your call at home. It was like, hey, this game's more interesting than I thought. That's what York's trying to do tonight. Keep it more interesting than you think. They got a little bit of momentum here. They're hunting a 3 seed. They get a 3 seed. They're going to be in the region tournament. They're trying to play more games, get more practices with this very young squad.
64-30 the first time around, but you mentioned it. The first quarter, fairly close as York was able to hit a couple of shots early, and it was tight in that contest. And have a problem over at the scores table, so make sure they get that settled.
Can we get the music turned off, or is it a clock issue? One of the 2.
Might be the music.
I think it's the music.
All right, we can just play it.
Let's go, NBA style.
Yeah, there we go. So they're going to get that figured out. Mentioned it, the starters for both sides, Owens, Maxwell, Davis, Herron, and Redding. For the Cavaliers, for the Dragons, Gibson, Lockhart, Choate, Hargis, and Robbins. And it looks like they're ready to go now, as the music will fall.
They still got it to fade out.
It'll be Brody Choate against Jaron Davis, and the Cavaliers start out with the first possession of the basketball game. Here is Herron in the middle of that zone defense for the Dragons. Outside to Walker Redding. Been playing really well and starts it off with the Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. It was the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game against Lebanon, leading the way in scoring Friday night. He continues that here tonight.
Yeah, you think of this Cookeville team as being so different from last year. They are similar in some ways, though. They need to hit the 3 to have good nights, and that's a good start for Cookeville on the road.
Yeah, they can absolutely shoot the 3 well. They've gotten better as this season has gone on in their own right. That's a very young team. A lot of sophomores and a few freshmen that play for them as well, and then the 2 seniors in Jaron Davis and Joseph Owens. Here's York for the first time, trailing 3-0 early on. On that right side, it's Choate. He's kind of the leader of this team right now and a junior on the squad. He catches with the left hand. Kick it back out top of the key. On the drive, Gibson had it knocked free. Loose on the ground. Herron takes it away. Here comes Owens to Jaron Davis. He'll go up and missed it just a little bit short. Maybe jumped a little too soon on that one. That one deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with York here on the near sideline.
He went for the absolute tomahawk on that one. And you know, it's interesting. You talk about the makeup of these 2 teams, how young Cookeville is. York's really missing one of those seniors like a Jaron Davis or 2, like a Joseph Owens. That's the difference. You need one of those get-a-bucket guys when the going gets tough that's been in that fight before. York just doesn't have those. They're learning those lessons this year.
They give it over on that right side to Choate. Into the corner, and I mentioned, very young team. They've got 2 freshmen in the starting lineup, a sophomore and 2 juniors. In the top of the key, this is Gibson, one of those freshmen. Drives it right side, poke from behind, saved back in by Choate. Owens tips it, now Redding's got it. He'll take it ahead of the pack, spins to the right side, missed it. Pretty good defense by Choate to get back and alter it a little bit. Here is Choate with the basketball, kick it on the wing, 3-ball from the left side, that'll go. Jaron Lockhart with the triple.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot by Lockhart in rhythm, a nice looking stroke, and York 2 minutes in, tied up.
Walker Redding with the answer on the other end of Gary Maxwell Insurance 3, and tell you what, he's got a really quick trigger. If he catches it in the right spot, kind of up in his upper chest area, he's able to get it off quickly and able to knock it down a lot of the time as well.
It's really tough to block when he's got that high release as well out of nowhere.
Showed a nice spin move. Jaron Davis, even better defense. Stayed right with him the whole way. Here comes Bryce Harron now for the Cavaliers. 5:39 remaining in the first. Top of the key pass. Redding's already hit 2 of them. And he's hit 3 now. Another Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. And a 30-second timeout taken by the Dragons. The sophomore Walker Redding getting the scoring started for the Cavaliers on the road.
Yeah, and they're hitting them in that transition. Get a quick kick out, easy 3 on the way. And Redding's barely touching the nylon right now. And once you see one go down, you're saying just give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. It's a great start for a Cookeville to hit the 3 like that.
Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a timeout to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerofputnam.org. If you're tuned in on Facebook or YouTube, let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Make sure you like the stream on either space, YouTube or Facebook. You can also share it on Facebook. It helps us out more than you know. Jacob Vincent joined by Noah McKay for the boys broadcast tonight. Good start for the Cookeville Cavaliers on the road. They lead 9-3, 5:30 to play in the first, and now a little full court pressure from Cookeville. Give it ahead here on the left wing. This is Lockhart trying to get it inside to Hargis. He was open, but Lockhart just couldn't quite keep a handle on the basketball and lost it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover back to the Cavaliers.
And Cookeville knows that they can speed this York team up. They'll have them in a pretty good spot, and that's what they're doing with the pressure out of the timeout.
Walker Redding, 3 made Gary Maxwell Insurance 3s to open up the contest, and he hasn't hit the rim yet. Pulling his best Emma Pyle impression from the first game. Here's Jaron Davis a little too strong and out of bounds. And the Dragons get the basketball back with 5:07 remaining here in the first.
Oh, get the jeer from the students. It's a young student section. I don't know, is that the middle schoolers or something over there?
It's a real, yeah, I think it is. They honored the 6th grade girls basketball team at halftime of the girls game, and they're over there. So I'm guessing those are some of the elementary school and middle schoolers. As the take inside there by Cohen Gibson.
Yeah, it's a nice finish by Gibson. It was pretty well defended, but he's able to get it away and got the friendly roll in his home gym.
So the Cavaliers with a 4-point advantage here early on. Still 4:43 remaining in the first quarter. Herron's got it here on the right side of the perimeter. Gets inside, kick out, Redding open again. That time he finally missed it. And Davis catches the rebound on the left baseline. He'll take it back inside, is fouled, and will head to the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2 shots with 4:31 remaining here in the first. First foul called on Landon Robbins, his first.
Jaron Davis, just your prototypical player that you like. He's got the length, he can shoot it, he's got the ups. We saw him nearly have that huge slam earlier. Does everything really well.
Averaging just under 20 points per contest. He's kind of been teetering on that 20-point mark this season. 7 rebounds a game. He's been the for sure leader of this squad. Him and Joseph Owens so far this season. Owens has missed some time with injury, but has been playing for a good amount of time now ever since returning from the injury. And they also have Jalen Dank back and available tonight. He played last game against Lebanon after missing their previous 3. 2 good makes from the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. Now on the drive, Gibson, a nice touch off the window.
Yeah, that's 2 straight really nice finishes for Gibson. And York's in it, only down 4.
11-7, this is pretty much what they did, and they're playing good basketball right now. Joseph Owens able to connect on the other end for the Gary Maxwell Insurance triple.
And Rodney Powell sitting there thinking, man, we're playing pretty well, and they are unconscious from three-point land.
I think this is exactly how the Lady Cavaliers felt early on in that second half as the Dragonettes went up with the 11-0 run, knocking down triples. Nice pick there by Bo Maxwell. Hit it off the leg of Gibson. Now ahead to Maxwell. Keeps it himself, and the left hand is good for the freshman. He's been really impressive and just getting better and better as this season has gone on for the Cavaliers. Here's Gibson out ahead of the pack. I beg your pardon, that's Lockhart with the basketball. Lost it, got it back. Deflected again by Herron. Defensively, Cavaliers been really solid. Owens tried to go to the Euro step, and it was really defended well. And
charge.
They call a charge.
Yep.
I thought they were going with the travel.
I'm good with it. He came in and was a little bit out of control and made contact with the chest, and I think that constitutes a legal guarding position and a charge. It's a pretty good defensive play.
So 3:22 remaining in the first. First foul called on Joseph Owens. It'll be Dragons basketball. Jalen Denk and Brody Parsons in for the first time for the Cavaliers off the bench. Dragons made a sub as well as they brought in Austin Tipton for the first time. That ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons on the far sideline.
Good time to remind you that the clock is very much unofficial today.
Hey, at least do you have the scoreboard on?
It's on now.
Well, you got that.
For now. We'll see. It's easy to be on in the beginning.
I missed that for a good portion of the second quarter in the girls' game. Gibson has to save that from going out of bounds. Jalen Dank skies up in the air for, and the Cavaliers have it again. And the foul committed by Landon Robbins is going to be his second. Team second here in the first quarter with 2:50 still to play. 16-7, Cavaliers on top. They have the basketball back. Walker Redding hit 3 triples to open up the ball game. Joseph Owens has one as well. And the Cavaliers shooting the ball well early on. Here's Davis kick out. Owens now at the free throw line. He'll fire it and knock it down. He's gotten much better with his jumper as the season has gone on.
Yeah, you could tell. And around the area you see this, we're now very far away from football season. And they're in basketball mode. Sometimes these football players come in and you can just tell it's not in gear. It is in gear right now for Joseph Owens as a timeout's called by Rodney Pyle.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And, yeah, to your point, especially for Joseph Owens, he was a football player. And even last year, he's coming off the bench, kind of that seventh man of the rotation for the Cavaliers who made that state championship game. He wasn't there to be an offensive threat because they had so many offensive threats around him. He was there to be a defender, even though he did have the game-winning bucket against Bartlett in that semifinal contest. He was there when they needed him, and he has really stepped up this season, getting to his own shot, obviously knocking down the three, creating that jumper at the free throw line. And that's been almost every single player outside of Jaron Davis. We knew he was really good offensively coming into this season. Every single player for the Cavaliers has really stepped up and progressed their game as this season has gone on.
And, you know, being usually for Cookeville games, we're further away in these big 4A gyms. Here in York, we're kind of right on top of the floor. Cookeville is bigger than I had given them credit for, just stature-wise. They've got some nice size to them. No real bigs,
right?
But just team-wide, they've got some nice height and size.
Yeah, they're all about 6'3", 6'4", and lanky. You throw Jalen Dank and Walker Redding in there, they can get really long. Here's Bryce Heron deflecting it and taking it away. He'll keep it himself all the way to the rack, and the right hand is good with a foul. He'll be at the line for one.
Yeah, and this is it's trouble for York. They're just a little bit outgunned in this game, and it's really starting to show. Cookeville getting it inside. They're turning them over, getting out and running, and it's probably buckle your seatbelts time low. But this one, we do not anticipate to be the dogfight that we saw in the girls' game.
Tipton picks up the foul. Heron at the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. The point guard for the Cavaliers this season. Commanding the ship offensively, has been a really good defender as well. And his free throw will go. He's got 3 points here in the early going, and now 21 points, still with 2:09 to play in the first quarter for the Cavaliers. That's kind of been the problem for the Dragons this season. They give up 66 points a contest to opponents and only score 44. Down inside, and that's going to be an offensive foul call. Nice charge taken by Brody Parsons for the Cavaliers, as the foul will be committed by Brody Choate going the other way.
Yeah, each team has now traded a charge. Both good calls, no question, and keep it moving.
1:57 remaining in the first. Cavaliers got a big upcoming stretch for them. Huge game with Smyrna tomorrow, and depending on what happens in the game tomorrow, decides how big of a game it'll be on Friday. It'll be big no matter what. The implications could be huge on Friday if they're able to get a win tomorrow against Smyrna.
And York's trying to beat Monterey tomorrow, see if they could challenge Smith County on Thursday. So both these teams will be looking to put this game in the rearview in a hurry.
Parsons got the O board. Davis knifes through the defense and puts it up and in for two.
Yeah, that's what you could do when you're simply the best player on the floor. There's nobody on the floor that can defend him when he decides to put his head down and step through like that.
These last couple of games for the Cavaliers, they've gotten better, especially in that Lebanon game, because Jaron Davis hasn't needed to be that leading scorer. It was Walker Redding in the last game, and he can kind of just settle into a role on this team, but take over when he needs to. Here's Hargis at the top of the key for the Dragons. We'll throw it right side to Gibson. 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter, trailing 23-7 are the Dragons. This one was close a few minutes ago. Gibson inside, trying to create some space. He missed it. Dank able to haul in the rebound. He'll push the other way. Here's Davis now on the perimeter. Stutters and drives, gets to the right hand, and a blocking foul. Count the bucket for Jaron Davis.
25 points, potentially 26 and a quarter. That's a clip that will win every game you play if you're Cookeville.
Robbins just picked up his third foul here in the first quarter. So he's going to come out. Jaron Davis will be at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for one shot. As Davis already has 6 points, looking to add on another one. And in and out, couldn't do it. First missed free throw of the day for the Cavaliers, now 3 for 4. 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, slipping at the elbow and now going the other way. As Choate and Owens got tangled up at the other end. And that one's going straight out of bounds. Davis kind of lost it. There's a lot of perspiration both on the ball and then at the elbow right here on the Dragons side of the half. Kind of looking like Cooper Flagg at the end of the game against South Carolina, or against Clemson.
I did not hate to see that at all. I laughed very hard.
He's done it a couple of times now. And really, there's nothing he can do.
And
He's just trying to come to a
you know what, for our rankings. How about Tennessee dropping a spot
Yeah,
after
that
the
was
week they
interesting.
had, and Duke not? Okay. Child, please.
There's Hargis inside. He's going to be fouled. Nice little move by the freshman. And he'll be put at the line for a couple of free throws. Brody Parsons picks up his first, just the team's second here in the first quarter, and 6.7 on the clock.
He's got the Noah McKay build out there. I like it. See if he's got the Noah McKay skill. He's got to make these free throws, or it's not.
And some pretty good footwork, and he's
There
able
it
to
is.
hit that first free throw.
Don't look this up. I shot 100% from the free throw line, 89% from three.
What was it, Franklin High in El Paso?
I'm not going to talk about it.
Max Preps?
No. We didn't have it back then. Don't worry about it.
2 for 2 for Hargis here towards the end of the first quarter. 4 seconds now for the Cavaliers. Dank baseline drive underneath, up and under. Couldn't get the finish. And we have reached the end of the first quarter. Good first quarter for the Cavaliers. They lead at 25-9. It's the high school basketball game of the week presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is your one-stop shop for home, auto, commercial, and life insurance. You could be missing out on saving money by bundling your insurance coverage with Erie Insurance through Live Oak. Their insurance experts can manage all your policies in one place while also always being there to answer your questions and make sure you have all the coverage you need to fit your life and your budget. And if you own a business, Live Oak can help protect your business, your workers, and your peace of mind with commercial insurance. Visit liveoaktn.com or call 931-367-LIVE for more information today.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
25-9, getting started in the second quarter of action. Dragons with the basketball first. They trail the Cookeville Cavaliers here on the road. In Jamestown, I should say. Turnover by the Dragons. Cavaliers going the other way. Bo Maxwell stepping into the triple. He connects from the corner. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. And already 5 made triples for the Cavaliers here in the first half.
I think Cookeville's going to win.
Kind of outmatched, you might say, in this one for the Dragons. And again, you got. We're going to harp on it a lot. It's an extremely young team.
This is
the
why
Dragons.
I have coined the following phrase. This game, 2 teams in different spots.
Yes.
That's what this is today. It's just that simple. It is what it is. As Coach Pyle wants time now to talk about things, it just is what it is here in 2025.
It's full timeout. We'll step aside as well. 7:13 remaining in the second quarter. Back after this on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Discover the stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Thanks again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You know, you always make us feel so comfortable in our home. You're like family.
Yeah, or a friend.
Or family.
Or friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend. Okay, well, thank you for your business, sir, and I hope you have a nice day.
This month, everybody's a friend or family. Save up to 25% on a home services repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Well, the timeout taken by the Dragons, 28-9. Cookeville is on top, 7:13 to play here in the first half. We were talking about how young the Dragons are. Cavaliers are also very young. I mean, they've got a freshman starting, a couple of sophomores, and then the two seniors out there themselves. Brody Parsons comes off the bench as a junior. Jalen Dank will come off as a sophomore. Here's a nice move by Hargis inside. Lost it, got it back. Jumper by Choate. A little short. And Jalen Dank, the rebound on the opposite side. Here's Bo Maxwell now ahead of the pack. Cavaliers trying to run. Dank inside, kick in the corner. Owens an open look. That one's good again. The sixth Gary Maxwell insurance three for the Cavaliers here in the first half.
You watch Cookeville in person a lot more than me. This is the best Joseph Owens has looked as a basketball player that I've ever seen. He just looks totally in control of himself. His shooting stroke looks great. He's in rhythm. Really impressed.
He came back from injury against Smyrna the first time the Cavaliers played Smyrna on the road, and he played almost exactly like this, shooting the basketball well. He's got 8 points here in the first half, but you said it. Everybody's been under control. They're in their offense. Everything's working so far. Here's the little slip pass to Owens, that time a little strong.
That was on me. That's an announcer jinx.
That might have been the heat check for Joseph Owens. Here's Choate now on the other end for the Dragons. 31-11. The Cavaliers build a 20-point advantage with 6 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, that was a nice shot on the other end, by the way, not to miss it for York to get to this 11-point mark.
Hargis, a spin move, give it back out. Lockhart the three, missed it short. He fights for his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled by Joseph Owens. Nice job by Jaron Lockhart following his own shot and getting able to get into a position to be fouled by Joseph Owens.
Yeah, I need Lockhart to come to the upper ballers practice. We really struggle with that whole follow your shot thing.
You know, you want to have the confidence that you're going to make every shot, but
yeah, not when you're 8 years old.
Yeah. It's good inbounds to Hargis, just couldn't get the finish. Jaron Davis now pushing for the Cavaliers, 31-11. Danka, acrobatic catch on the right side. Catches it again. He's been dealing with both wrists taped up all season long. Now Walker Redding for three. Little short.
Oh.
Dank is right there for the putback.
And Jalen Dank, he can get up.
Yeah, he can.
That was impressive.
He's had a couple of nice dunks this season, and we talked about how fun that team was for the Cavaliers last year in a different way. They're really fun this year as well. Choate from the free throw line. Short. Redding ahead to Maxwell now for the Cavaliers. On the baseline, the scoop shot no good. Parsons had it and saved back in by Choate. Hargis will let the defense go by and give it to the guard. 4:59 remaining here in the first half. Dragons basketball. Choate with the spin to the left hand is good.
It's a really nice take inside by Choate. And gets the, you can see that what York is trying to do. They just aren't able, especially in this matchup, to get to their spots. But you can see how they've started to kind of win some games versus where they were early in the season.
Jalen Dank just took a shot. He's a little bit slow coming back the other end now. Choate from the free throw line again. In and out that time. Maxwell the rebound.
I think fellas everywhere understand Jalen Dank's pain on that one.
Maxwell probing, kicks it out. Redding in the corner. Now Davis. He'll get inside. Back out top. Jalen Dank will try the three. Why not? Another Gary Maxwell insurance three. This time for Jalen Dank. It's now 7 in the first half for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, every time one of them shoots it, it just looks like it's going in. I've only had one bad miss and a lot of nothing but nylon.
I think they've only missed 2 or 3. Shooting at a very high clip, and it's a team for the Cavaliers. They like to shoot the three. It's probably one of the best shooting performances they've put on this season so far.
And Rodney Powell's thinking, why tonight?
Yeah, right. That's a nice move inside by Cohen Gibson. He's had a couple of nice shots. He's got 6 points here in the first half.
And all 6 have been contested looks inside. He's able to finish nicely.
Offensively, the Dragons 15 points. Davis, a baseline drive right side, kicks it back out top of the key. Maxwell from downtown. I mean, it's getting ridiculous at this point. And another timeout taken by Coach Pyle. He's only got one remaining. It's another full timeout. It's 8 made threes in the first half for the Cavaliers. They lead 39-15 with 3.5 remaining here in the first half. We'll step aside. You're watching the high school basketball game of the week presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Out of the timeout, Dragons basketball. They trail 39-15, 3:20 to play here in the second quarter. And Cavaliers, what we believe, are 8 for 10 from downtown here in the first half. From our count, Jaron Davis and Joseph Owens have each missed, and those are the only misses. Everybody else has been absolute cash in this first half, and Joseph Owens has hit 2 of them already.
And that's a very unofficial stat because we're not good at keeping it other than the makes, but we think
that's
it's
just
80%.
straight off the dome. Here's Redding inside. One of the first times they've tried to get baskets inside. And Walker Redding on a nice move. He's into double figures now with 11 after hitting 3 threes to open up the ball game. 41 points for the Cavaliers. 2:47 still to go here in the first half.
And they're just getting whatever they want on offense. And then you mix in the fact that they cannot miss from three-point land, and you get this result. Really lopsided.
Here's Lockhart, man-to-man defense for the Cavaliers. Backdoor cut by Choate. Lefty rises, fires, and connects. He's got 6 points in the quarter.
There are pieces here in Jamestown. You can see it. Don't worry about the result tonight. You can see it. They're developing.
Davis, a couple of spin moves.
He's developed.
He's very tough to guard. And that goes for anybody in the state, not just the Dragons. He does that to a
20-plus points per game in 4A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And they're not playing a slouch of a schedule. Their district is probably the most competitive district in the state as well. Just how even those teams are. If you misses inside, this is going to stay with the Dragons after the Cavaliers were unable to haul it in. Brady Casal will check in for the first time, the sophomore off the bench. I saw Maddox Copeland. He checked in earlier as well, so he's out there alongside Jaron Davis, Bryce Herron, and Walker Redding.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best district, but most competitive is definitely a good one. Every night you have a good game, it seems like.
Well, Laverne is 8-0 or 7-0, whatever it is, and almost every single game has been 10 points or less. They've only had 2 or 3 wins by more than 10 points. Here is Lockhart, kicks it back out to Gibson. He's trying to get it inside to a new player checked in, and Blake Garrett. And Gibson will regather.
I'm going to put on my old post hat. Garrett's got to work down there. He can't get the pass just standing against him when he's shielded off like that. He's going to have to move a little bit to get open, as that 3 ball would be crazy.
Doesn't go from the right side. Herron the rebound after it comes off the heel. 1:20 to play here in the second quarter. Davis from downtown. Another goes for the Cavaliers. It's another Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 as Jaron Davis joins the party. Bryce Herron is the only player, everybody that has scored, Bryce Herron's the only one that has not hit a 3 in this first half.
They hit threes like this. They can beat anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
They are shooting a ridiculous clip from the field.
We're going to see Landon McCarter check in early on here in the first half for the Cavaliers for Walker Redding.
He ran the camera last year for the Lady Cavaliers games in Gatlinburg. So he's a Team UCR member.
Tremendous football player as well.
He is very good on the football field as well. Jack of all trades, Landon McCarter.
Was on that defensive side of the ball for the Cavaliers. He'll be relied upon heavily next year as a junior. Here's Gibson. We'll kick it back out top of the key. Inside Gibson again. The turnaround on Casal, in and out. And the rebound down to McCarter. 35 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Davis still out there for the Cavaliers. Drives inside, steps through. And Choke got a hand on it, but it looks like he caught a little bit of the body or maybe the arm as well.
Yeah, caught him on the forearm on the way up. Went to lumberjack down on that one, and now Davis can make it even more lopsided.
2 free throws coming for Jaron Davis at the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. Brody Parsons will head back to the scores table and enter, would imagine, for maybe Bryce Herron or Jaron Davis. Yep, it's going to be for Davis. He makes that one. So Jaron Davis already 12 points here in the first half. So looks like the Cavaliers going to get going a little bit deeper into that bench as we get more into the second half. It's already a 30-point advantage for the Cavaliers. Make it 31 after 2 makes from the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. Parsons in for Davis. 31 and a half seconds to play here in the second quarter. It's 48-17. One of the better offensive halves of the season for the Cavaliers. It doesn't matter the opponent. They have shot the basketball at a very high rate. Choate now from the free throw line, looking around, give it back out top. Gibson, 16 seconds remaining here in the quarter. He's going to let the clock run down a little bit. Has Casal in front of him defensively. Top of the key spin move. Gibson ripped away by Herron. Casal picks it up with 5 seconds. Ahead to Maddox. Copeland trying to beat the clock. The right hand, no. McCarter didn't get it off in time. And we have reached halftime. 48 points for the Cavaliers in the first half. They lead at 48-17. Cavaliers on top at halftime. Happy Hiller Halftime Show is coming up in just a little bit. You're watching the high school basketball game of the week presented by Double Precision Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is your one-stop shop for home, auto, commercial, and life insurance. You could be missing out on saving money by bundling your insurance coverage with Erie Insurance through Live Oak. Their insurance experts can manage all your policies in one place while also always being there to answer your questions and make sure you have all the coverage you need to fit your life and your budget. And if you own a business, Live Oak can help protect your business, your workers, and your peace of mind with commercial insurance. Visit liveoaktn.com or call 931-367-LIVE for more information today.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back here to halftime. It is the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. The Cookeville Cavaliers, they are red hot. 48 points in the first half, and it doesn't matter who's playing on that defensive side of the half. They shot, 12 threes, made 9 of them in that first half, getting everything to go in that first half. 6 different players have scored. 5 of those players have hit a triple from outside. Gary Maxwell is very happy in that first half with the Cookeville Cavaliers with those 9 made triples. York Institute, and you've said it multiple times, 17 points in that first half, but you can see the pieces. Brody Choate has been impressive. Cohen Gibson has been impressive. I've been impressed with Jaden Hargis inside with the footwork that he's had a couple of times, knocking down a couple of free throws. But the Cavaliers, it has been their night so far. Scoring as follows for both sides. Jaron Davis leading the way for the Cavaliers, 13 first half points, 11 of them for Walker Redding, 8 points apiece for Joseph Owens and Bo Maxwell, 5 points for Jalen Dank off the bench, and Bryce Herron has 3. For the York Dragons, 6 points for Cohen Gibson and Brody Choate. Jaden Hargis has 2 and 3 points for Jaron Lockhart. But the Cavaliers are absolutely shooting the lights out right now on the road in Jamestown.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They can't miss. And in a game which they were already favored to win, that has just been the difference between it being convincing and them blowing this game open. It is not close right now. If they continue to hit shots like that, we'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter, and it'll be over in short order. Just two teams in different spots. That's not the case with all of our games tomorrow night, though, Jacob. We've got some really fun matchups tomorrow evening.
Really fun ones, including this Cookeville team right here. They've got a massive one with Smyrna coming up tomorrow night. If they win these final 2 games, they've got a chance to be the 2 seed in District 7 4A. They can go anywhere from the 2 to the 4, depending on what happens both Tuesday and Friday. So that'll be Cookeville and Smyrna tomorrow. Upperman and Sparta, big one on the girls' side especially.
You say that. Those Sparta boys have a path to the 2. Those Sparta boys.
That's true. Upperman already locking up the number 1, so they're just playing for momentum to get into the district tournament. Pickett County taking on Gordonsville. Both Pickett County teams have wrapped up the number 1 seed. Gordonsville playing for a lot, both boys and girls. And then we'll also have DeKalb County and Livingston Academy. Big ones both for Livingston Academy, especially on the boys' side, as they try to stay ahead of White County as they get closer towards the end of the regular season.
It wouldn't be a normal year without a little bit of chaos in 7 AAA. Really could be. White County girls could lock up the 1 seed in the district tournament with a win tomorrow night. Upperman still has a chance to get up to the 1. They could fall all the way to the 3 line as well. There's lots of different moving pieces. We'll talk about all those moving pieces on Wednesday night on the UCR basketball show. The top 5, it's going to be changing.
Yeah.
We'll see how much it's changing after tomorrow night, but it's going to be very interesting. You're not going to want to miss that.
There's a lot that can happen in these final 4 days of the regular season, and then York actually gets a game against Coffee County on Saturday. Guess what? It's a 3 to open up the second half, and Bryce Herron was the only player to not hit a 3 in that first half for the Cavaliers, who have scored. He opens the second half with a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. It's now 10 made triples for the Cavaliers, and they lead by 34.
And some of them have been open, but most of them have been fairly well contested, and it just doesn't matter. They are in rhythm. They're raining in the 3s. Nobody can miss in Navy Blue right now.
Cavaliers defensively look like they're in the man-to-man. Throw it top of the key for Choate. He's looking down low to Hargis, now in a double team. Owens picks it off, takes it away here on the near sideline. It'll be Cavalier basketball, 45 seconds in to this second half. They left Jaron Davis open. He can't do it. He does miss it long, though. And the Dragons get away with it that time in transition.
I would have bet my life that was going in with how this game has gone so far.
He's missed 2. Nobody else has missed 2. Hargis inside. There's a nice move by the freshman.
Lower the shoulder. He's got good footwork there in the post, and you can see it.
He's kind of come on here in the second half of the season as well. Didn't play in that first matchup against the Cavaliers. Here's Jaron Davis with it for him. 6:42 third quarter. Davis over the screen. Couldn't get it to go. Owens fighting for the rebound, and Robbins is able to get in there to rip it away.
Now, this game score-wise is over, but if you're Matt Hill, you don't want your team to just fall in love with a 3 ball. You got to try to get it inside. You have a big advantage in there. See if they try to do a little bit more of that here in the third quarter.
Robbins underneath, couldn't get the finish. You'll probably start to see him go to the bench a little bit, too, to try to keep him fresh for tomorrow. There's a nice jumper and a floater by Joseph Owens to get into double figures.
But also, everybody in the gym wants this game to be a 35-point gap at the end of this quarter so that the clock will run.
It's 34 right now. And we'll have a stoppage here. York is going to burn their final timeout of the game. We'll step aside. 6:05 to play here in the third quarter. 53-19. Cavaliers on top. It's the high school basketball game of the week presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-97.
Welcome back here to Jamestown. It'll be York Dragons basketball. No timeouts remaining for them. 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. Cavaliers playing one of their best games of the season here on the road in Jamestown. This is Hargis in the corner.
Yeah, we say a phrase a lot, Jacob. Did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's this game tonight for
and
Cookeville.
some, yeah.
They've done what they were supposed to do. Heavy favorite. They've come in and they've left absolutely no doubt in really impressive fashion.
Hargis, the fadeaway, a little too strong. Redding pulls down the rebound. Here come the Cavaliers again. Heron back out to Redding from downtown. No good. Rebound down to the Dragons.
They're going to bring their percentage way down.
Shot 80% in the first half. It was going to be hard to keep that clip. And you said it too. You don't want to fall in love with a three because they've got size inside. There's a nice drive by the freshman Cohen Gibson. He'll be fouled by Brody Parsons.
And they have fallen in love with it a little bit. There's a few of these fast breaks that could have been easy layups, and they're taking threes instead.
But Gibson will be at the line here with 5:13 remaining in the third quarter.
Listen, it's a nitpick. They're 34 points up.
Yeah,
just to be
right.
clear. Right? They're not playing badly by any stretch of the imagination. Let's just be clear about that.
They can shoot as many threes as they want to finish out this
exactly,
game.
But that's Coach Hill down there. Coaches are going to coach. And they tomorrow, they can't take 43s,
right.
more than likely.
Unless they're shooting it like this, then they might.
Good point.
Smyrna, really athletic basketball team they get tomorrow night. Here's Parsons for three. That one goes. And now 7 different players for the Cavaliers have hit a Gary Maxwell Insurance three tonight.
Of course you're going to take that one.
Yeah, that one,
open.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's a good look, you're definitely going to take it. That's the thing. They haven't taken a bad look yet.
I love this kid.
Another turnaround. That time a little off the heel.
He's
got that Dirk Nowitzki to him a little bit.
I love this kid. It's my new favorite basketball player in the Upper Cumberland.
Parsons on the right side and around to Heron. Cavaliers with it. 4:35 remaining third quarter. Redding. Right-handed pass. Parsons just hit one. That one off the mark and out of bounds. Maddox Copeland will come in. He had a couple of huge threes against Wilson Central earlier this year, a couple of weeks ago on the road at Wilson Central in the first half when they were dealing with some foul trouble.
That's a team they could face early on in a district tournament.
Yes, it is. Them or Lebanon most likely in that district tournament, unless they can get up to the 2 seed and get the bye.
They need to have a really good week.
Yep, they got to win 2 no matter what. If they want that to happen, then they need some help. 4:07 remaining here in the third quarter on the drive. Gibson left hand, no. Good rebound by Redding. Here comes Walker Redding. He'll push ahead right past the defense. Hargis got a hand in there trying to get it back to Dank. It's out of bounds, and it will be Dragons basketball. Brady Casal coming in for Cookeville. As you mentioned it, 4 broadcast games tomorrow. Big ones for Cookeville boys, Upperman and White County girls. Here's Robbins at the other end for the finish as he got behind the defense. Pickett County's already got their district wrapped up, but they'll take on Gornsville. That pass deflected and stolen away as the Cavaliers start to get a little bit sloppy here with 3:38 to play third quarter. That'll send Bryce Heron back to the scorers table. And then we've also got Livingston Academy and DeKalb County. So 2 7 AAA matchups, a 7 4A matchup, and a 7 single A matchup tomorrow night. 3 from the wing. Robbins trying to save it, diving into the corner. He took a tough spill. He looks to be okay. And Bryce Heron will re-enter for the Cavaliers for Jalen Dank. 3:19 to go here in the third.
And no, the stream isn't lagging. I'm just terrible at keeping the clock.
Listen, I tried to do it at the end of the Smyrna game by myself.
Oh, that's just challenging.
With about a minute to go. Yeah. It was real tough.
No chance.
Heron the turnaround. He got it to roll in. All the way around a couple of times. And goes down.
I'm a big fan of any shot that keeps it above a 35-point game at the start of the fourth quarter.
It's 36 right now.
Did you mention we have 4 broadcast games tomorrow?
Yeah,
and
we
a
sure
show
do.
on Wednesday and games on
do.
Friday.
3 from the wing won't go. Rebound down. Nice rebound by Brady Casal as he rips it down. Give it back to Bryce Herron. One more to Copeland on the wing. Top of the key pass, Casal. He'll drive. Right hand. Couldn't get the scoop. Rebound down to Choate for the Dragons. 2:32 remaining here in the third quarter. Tipton, Gibson. Top of the key to Lockhart for 3. Can't get it to go, and Parsons a strong rebound, blocking out Lockhart coming in.
That was a good outlet pass there by Gibson. Get a good look.
Casal right to the basket, couldn't get the finish. Redding tipping it around, and Tipton pulls it in for the Dragons. 2:10 to play here in the third. 58-22, Cavaliers on top. Choate at the free throw line, hands it off to Robbins. And he'll give right side. Robbins will catch again on the baseline, being guarded by Maddox Copeland. Now the Dragons trying to set it up offensively. Again, no timeouts remaining for him. Coach Pyle used a lot of those early on to try to get his team set right, and a lot of teaching moments for this Dragon squad. That one's turned over. Redding trying to race to the other side. He'll go up and mistimed his jump. He was looking to throw it down. He may be a little bit hobbled as well, actually. There's Robbins at the other end. And we've got a foul called. Walker Redding, who was a little slow coming back to the other end.
Maybe the pride more than anything else. I heard on that one.
Parsons gets called for the foul.
I see the games I call. I see a lot of dunks. They're not easy. They're not the easiest thing in the world.
McCarter and Teeters are in for the Cavaliers.
I saw a dunk contest on Friday night.
Yes, you
did.
did.
It was pretty impressive. The boys' top 5 will not be changing.
No. It won't be changing for the rest of the season.
At least not at the top.
Free throw good there for the Dragons. Teeters open for 3. A little strong. Joe will bring it ahead. Here's Gibson now. Teeters, one more to Parsons into the corner. 55 seconds remaining here in the third. 34-point lead right now for the Cavaliers, 58-24.
Cookeville better score a bucket.
There's Teeters on the wing. And they can get to 35 in the fourth. Here's Casal. He tried to do it.
I did a game earlier this year that was at 34 at the end of the third quarter. It ended up being a 29-point game. And we had full timeouts and everything in that fourth quarter.
Gibson inside misses. Casal's got the rebound. Cavaliers with it again. Ahead to Teeters with 24 seconds. Back out Parsons. Fakes the 3, sidesteps, flies it away, and hits. Brody Parsons, the Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. And now it's a 37-point lead.
Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game.
Still 35 because that one's just a 2 for Blake Garrett at the other end. 4 seconds here for the Cavaliers. Copeland, he'll fire it away. Off the mark, and we have reached the end of 3. The Cavaliers lead it by 35, 61-26. You're watching the high school basketball game of the week presented by 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Thanks again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You know, you always make us feel so comfortable in our home. You're like family.
Yeah, or a friend.
Or family.
Or friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend.
Family.
Friend. Okay, well, thank you for your business, sir, and I hope you have a nice day.
This month, everybody's a friend or family. Save up to 25% on a home services repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Back here starting the fourth quarter, 61-26 Cavaliers on top in the road on Jamestown. Showed right to the basket, lays it up and in with the left. And then he's a little bit hurt afterwards. He kind of landed awkwardly, and he's going to come out here as they will go to the bench and bring on Jonathan Smith, another freshman. That's pretty much all they have on this roster are freshmen. There's a lot.
There's a lot of freshmen.
Cavaliers have the basketball again out there for them. Brady Casal, Austin Teeters, Maddox Copeland, Jason Mitchell, and Landon McCarter. And they're getting ready to bring Bryson Gallagher on as well. So they'll also get everybody into the ball game here in the fourth quarter. Copeland on the drive, back out top. Here's Casal now penetrating. Good dump-off pass to McCarter, and he finishes with the left.
Yeah, that was a great pass over the shoulder, maybe the prettiest play of the game.
Good set run by the Cavaliers as they build the lead back to 35, 63-28. 7 minutes remaining and will be running clock as it was 35 to start the quarter.
And by the way, on that play, that's a tough catch on the other side of that pass. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's really hot. So a good job by McCarter to catch it and lay it in.
Another couple of subs coming in for the Dragons as well. Zeb Threet and Noah Hull.
Zeb Threet on the all-name team.
It's tremendous. He's one of the only returners to this squad from the roster last year. They didn't have anybody return from last season. Here's Bryson Gallagher right to the basket. Couldn't get it. And McCarter tried to kick it out, but nobody was out there for the open look. And so it'll be Dragons basketball. 6:15 and counting here in the fourth. No, mentioned it a couple of times. 4 broadcasts tomorrow. The UCR basketball show Wednesday. More basketball on Friday. It'll be 3 broadcast games Friday night.
Just 3?
Believe so.
Yeah.
And it'll be some really, really big ones for the Cavaliers, both boys and girls. There's a nice finish inside for the Dragons in Tipton. Austin Tipton gets the bucket to go.
Yeah, sometimes Friday night's games, that last day of the regular season, don't mean that much. All 3 of those games we have are going to have a lot on the line. We'll see how much depending on what happens tomorrow, but they're going to matter a big time.
Sparta Livingston Academy. Here's McCarter inside again, and he finishes again. He's got 4 points here in the fourth quarter. Upperman finishes with Cumberland County.
Could be for the 2 seed out of 7 AAA. Could be.
Maddox Copeland's coming back in here for the Cavaliers. 5:17 remaining.
Could be for the 1 seed out of 7 AAA. We have no clue.
That's what's fun about this final week of the regular season. There is still so much to be decided. The only people that have wrapped it up, Pickett County, they did that on Friday. A couple of really impressive victories against Clark Range. And then the Pickett County boys played one of the best teams that we've probably seen in the area in Clinton County, Kentucky. I guess they're technically in the Upper Cumberland, just in Kentucky.
Take it over. Pickett County, Van Buren County, Upperman boys. And that's it. That we have clarity on. Jackson County boys.
Yeah.
That we have clarity on. There's several districts very much up for grabs right now.
York girls can win their district tomorrow against Monterey. And then Smith County will have a chance to get back into the 2 seed. They actually beat Watertown tonight. That was a huge win for them. They lost that game earlier this year. So that was a really big win for Watertown.
Top 5
for
Lady
Smith
Owls?
County. There's Maddox Copeland ahead of the pack. He finishes with the left.
Have we had a change in the top 5 in a month and a half of the actual 5 teams?
York is the only one.
But I think they jumped in about Christmas time.
Yeah, they jumped in because they were obviously playing good basketball.
I'm
There's
just
the
saying,
jump ball.
you probably
4 minutes to play.
Probably want to watch the UCR basketball show.
It's going to be interesting, especially depending on what happens tomorrow night.
And I'm saying that we got to figure it out. We got to solve the world's problems on the drive home from Jamestown tonight.
It's a long drive back. A lot to be talked about. 69-30, Cavaliers on top. 3:43 remaining here in the contest.
And you may be thinking, hey guys, why aren't you talking about the game? Because it's 69-30.
Teeters misses. Mitchell, the putback, couldn't get it to go. Tip out, though, by Casal.
And usually we call the games alone, and we can't have these conversations.
How about the 2 seniors here, Jaron Davis and Joseph Owens? They're up on their feet right now. Gallagher a 3, too strong.
And that's the thing. We get and with York, it's different because they're all freshmen. But when you have those seniors and those older kids, when the younger ones get in, they've been practicing against, they want to see them hit a big shot.
And there's really no older kids, as there's a good bucket by the Dragons. And Jonathan Smith able to get it up and good as he gets a big cheer from the crowd here in the student section back to our right. But for the Cavaliers, it's Joseph Owens, Jaron Davis, and Brody Parsons.
Yeah.
Those are the only upperclassmen. Everybody else are still sophomores and freshmen. There's Gasol inside. And give it back out to Mitchell.
We should see next year who that get-a-bucket guy becomes for them, but if they can find it.
Teeters, he hits. Austin Teeters gets in on the Gary Maxwell Insurance three-point party.
And you may be thinking, wasn't that a travel before? And I'll remind you, it's 72-32.
It's a 40-point ball game. The officials know that as well.
Let's keep playing. Want to thank all of our all-inclusive sponsors tonight.
Tipton finishes.
Shot for Tipton. Every time we come to Jamestown, I'm reminded of our friends at the Quality Family, Buckeye Home Medical up here in Jamestown. You hear from them during every broadcast. We appreciate them, along with all of our other all-inclusive sponsors. Our presenting sponsors tonight is the two on the other end for Cookeville.
Gallagher, a nice drive.
931 Sports Cards and Collectibles right in our backyard. Great place to go check out sports cards, some memorabilia as well, breaks and more. Go check it out.
Here's the other thing for the Dragons. They've got the longest roster in the world, and they're going to bring in a whole lineup change here.
You're just going to see what freshman works if you're Rodney Pyle. Put them all in a jersey and let's go.
Leland Dishman checks in. Avery Tinsley, Amari Lawson, Hayden Hamilton, and Charlie Walker, the 5 on the floor now for the Dragons. We'll try to keep up with those names. There's only 124 remaining. 74-34, Cavaliers on top. Here's Lawson on the left wing.
I can't believe you had to look at a roster for that. I have it memorized.
Who made the free throw earlier?
You should know, play-by-play guy. Come on.
I was making a point about the upcoming schedule.
Oh.
Here comes Bryson Gallagher for the Cavaliers. Casal into the corner, Mitchell. Casal on the drive, back out to Gallagher for 3. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll go to the Dragons with 48 seconds to go. All right over there? We're having a good time in Jamestown tonight. Lady Cavaliers fell to the Dragonettes 54-49. Here's a deep one by Lawson. And Kasalski's up there for the rebound. 30 seconds to play. McCarter with the right. Too strong. And a stoppage will get the sub in. That'll be Jason Cooper checking in.
And the student section loves Jason Cooper. Let's go. Give him the ball.
17 seconds.
I'll go the other way.
Lawson.
Oh, Lawson Watson himself.
Fires it. Rebound down to Gallagher. 8 seconds to play. The Cavaliers can just dribble it out in the backcourt. And that's what they're going to do. The final score tonight, Cavaliers come on the road and win big, 74-34. We welcome you into the post-game show. Not much to be said. The Cavaliers played an almost perfect game against the Dragons, and now the Cavaliers set up for 2 big contests to finish out the year against Smyrna and Stewart's Creek at home tomorrow night and Friday night.
Yeah, I think the only thing that you take away from this game, if you're York, this game didn't happen. You get ready for Monterey tomorrow night, a game you're trying to sweep the season series, put yourself in line to get the 3 seed potentially in the district. If you're Cookeville, you say, hey, we understand we were supposed to come on the road and win this game, but we got to play that way tomorrow night. We got to hit shots that way. We got to get good shots the way that they did tonight. And if they do that, they have a chance to keep pace in their district in what is a huge week for Cookeville.
Yeah.
The difference between winning 2, losing 2, or splitting could loom very large next week in the district tournament.
11 different players score for the Cavaliers, scoring as follows for both sides. The leading scorer, Jaron Davis, 13 points, all in the first half. 11 points for Walker Redding, also all in the first half. Joseph Owens had 10, 8 points for Bo Maxwell, 8 points for Bryce Herron, 5 points for Jalen Dank, 6 for Brody Parsons. And then as the younger guys got in, Maddox Copeland had 2, 3 points for Austin Teeters, 4 for Landon McCarter, and Bryson Gallagher had 4. For the York Institute Dragons on the other end, 9 points for Cohen Gibson to lead the way. Brody Choate had 8 points, 3 points for Jaron Lockhart, 4 for Jaden Hargis, 2 for Landon Robbins. Off the bench, Austin Tipton with 4, Blake Garrett had 2, and Jonathan Smith with 2. Now, you prematurely gave Brody Parsons the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game because he got it to 35 points. You keeping it with that? Who else are you going with?
You know, really not a bad choice tonight. There's several you could go with. I'm going to go with Joseph Owens. I think he played really well in that first half, hit a couple of big shots, just seemed really in control. One of the better games I've seen him play, so he'll be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game.
They hit 8 triples in the first half, 3 more in the second half, 11 on the ball game for the Cavaliers. Shot the basketball extremely well. Joseph Owens, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. What a night for basketball. The York Dragonettes take down the Lady Cavaliers 54-49. The Dragonettes cementing themselves as one of the top teams in the UC. We'll see where they're at in the UC Top 5 coming up on Wednesday in the UCR Basketball Show. Cavaliers on the boys' side win by a final score 74-34. That's going to do it for us tonight. 4 broadcast games tomorrow night. Upperman and Sparta, Cookeville and Smyrna, Pickett County and Gordonsville, and Livingston Academy and DeKalb County.